about the good debt. Okay, so for this part, it's going to be a lot of talking and back and forth. So I would rather see you all, since we're not doing Photoshop. I don't want to, just be talking to myself over here. I would love to make sure that that we have a real connection. All right. So for those on the other platforms, y'all make sure y'all join us on YouTube. The VIP folks are over on the Zoom, but like I said, anything I do for a service. So I am extending a free version of this. It's just you won't get a chance to have the interaction with us, but you will be able to watch. Okay, so you go to youtube.com/innate-lab, INNATELAB. I'm gonna go ahead and post that because basically I'm gonna be ignoring y'all, but I'm letting y'all watch. But I love you. But that's what you get for free. Like seriously, a lot of people do these challenges and they still charge they charge $97 for a general admission ticket. And the general admission is where you just get to watch, and then the VIP gets to interact. But I want to have a service component to everything that I do. So this is my service component. Like this is a lot. I'm giving away a lot and giving up the possibility for some profit here, just to make sure that people have access to the information. And maybe you see a couple of challenges, maybe you sit out a couple of challenges until you figure out that it's for you and you want to be in the room, you want to be a part of the process, you want your hands on in the journey. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I have this option. I don't know how long I'm going to do this because my mentor actually told me not to do this. So I'm trying something right now. I'm going against what my mentor told me just to see if this particular format helps someone. Okay, because I have learned for myself and from others that when you pay attention. So we're going to see if the non-paid option has people paying attention, putting in the work, and having results. Okay, so those of you watching on the free side, let me know if you're having some results from this challenge. Please. All right, okay, so hey my loves on YouTube, Instagram, TikTokage, I'm going to be ignoring you now. Don't take it personal. It's just I got to give my attention to my VIPs. Okay, I love y'all, but y'all can stay and watch. Okay. All right, so let me do my check-in with my VIPs. How y'all doing tonight? Let me know in the chat. If anyone, this is your first day being in the challenge, let me know in the chat right now. Give me a 1. If anyone, this is your first day in the challenge, give me a 1. Because, well, even if you're just watching, it's your first day in the challenge. So you can still enroll in the challenge up through tonight. Okay, so make sure that if you want access to everything that we did, plus this bonus day that we're going to do, and I haven't told y'all about the bonus day yet, because I wanted that to be a surprise. So I didn't want to let that be the reason why people join. Okay, so the bonus day is we're going to do a day. You let me know whether you want it to be Saturday or Sunday. And we're going to do, I'm going to gift you an Automizer. An Automizer is if you don't know what an Automizer is, it's something that I made up, aka invented. Look, Andrea, unmute your mic, baby. You can scream out loud. It's okay. Unmute your mic. Oh my God, you are tickling me right now. Does that excite you, Andrea? That makes me happy. Look, I'm over here smiling, y'all smiling. Okay, great. I'm glad that excites you, because not only am I going to do that, I'm going to do a bonus day with you all, walk you all through what you did for this course. Actually, you know that links folder that some of y'all got to work and some of y'all were messing around in. So that links folder is officially a skin pack for the Automizer. I just didn't tell y'all that because the whole point of this challenge was to tell y'all how easy this was, right? So I didn't want y'all to know that y'all were doing something so easy and it was going to end up being a skin pack for an Automizer, okay? So we're going to do an Automizer. Let me know in the chat. I want to know Saturday or Sunday would be best. Saturday and Sunday. Y'all can even throw some times in there. I'll see which is best. You don't have to, because last time I made it, you had to be in the live in order to get it. I'm not going to do that this time because I know we all have some crazy stuff going on with our schedule. I just want to make sure that as many people that can come and benefit from it, that I'm going to be there for them. Okay. So I'm seeing mostly Saturdays, some Sundays. Okay. All right. So I see mostly Saturdays. What time? Oh, now I'm seeing mostly Sundays. Okay. So you all tell me if 4 p.m. would be a good time on Saturday, Sunday. Let me know. Okay. Anita says, I'll make time. Awesome. It will only take us about an hour and a half to work through the whole process together. But I just want to make sure that y'all have it, right? And that you know how to use it, and that you understand that what you did in class in this whole challenge is actually going to benefit you for the Automizer. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm looking for times. Saturday. I see mostly Saturdays now. Okay. This is what we'll do. We'll do a Saturday 4 p.m. Would that work? Saturday, 4 p.m. And if you can't make it, I'm going to have the recording available. All right. I see some yeses. So Saturday, 4 p.m. That's tomorrow. Saturday, 4 p.m. Okay. Let me write that down. Saturday, 4 p.m. And then we're going to do the Automizer up until this point. And that's my bonus. And some of y'all are getting that for a phenomenal rate, because the Automizer right now is $700. It's $700. So I wanted you all, first of all, I wanted to see who was going to follow through with this challenge. I wanted to see who was going to get completely through it, who was going to trust themselves to follow the process, fall in love with the process, even though it costs some energy, right? It costs, even though those that are watching it for free, it costs some energy. It was not exactly free. Okay. So I want you all to know that I appreciate you and I recognize your efforts. And I want y'all to make some people jealous, because y'all was in the challenge. You got the Automizer. That's what I want y'all to go out there and shine on them. Okay. All right. So that was an announcement for today. Now we're about to get into our nitties of the gritties. Let me make sure I have everyone inside of the room that is VIP. Let me make sure one more time. I don't need to let anyone in. All right. Okay, I think everyone's in here. Everyone's in, and then I have the sound turned on. So y'all know that if I get to talking and running my mouth, if y'all hear that sound, just remind me in the chat to let someone in, okay? But we're in here. We are in here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about money today. We're gonna talk about different aspects of money and funding and the business side of things. So what is the issue? Stop. I'm live right now. I can't do that. Stop before you lock the computer up and use your iPad. Okay, we're not doing that. You decided to do something else. All right. So I'm going to use my whiteboard. Well, first, wait. I forgot to check in. I got y'all all excited about the Automizer and doing a bonus day. I forgot to check in. So let's check in. Yeah, I got y'all with the Automizer probably. So I'm hoping I see some good words here. In one word, I feel blank. What's your one word? Give it to me real. Give it to me real. Tanisha, you grateful was already up there. You already knew what I was going to ask. Blessed. Ready, LaPortia. Yes. Good, Denise. Kendra, thankful. Energized. Okay, on a Friday night? That's what I'm talking about. Focus. Yes. Ready. Great. Hopeful. Still booked. Amen. Motivated. Ready. Determined. Excited. Pumped up. Motivated. Blessed. Like I got this. Yes. And Ms. Jones, I know you've been experiencing some issues with Photoshop. So the fact that today you feel like you got this, I'm so excited for you. Nicole says ready. Yes. So listen, I'm glad I'm hearing these great words, relieve and relax. So listen, say, because it's Friday and I'm done with, yes, baby, I got you. Latanya says pumped. All right. So we ready. All right, because we talk about money today, and money is not my favorite thing to talk about. Let me do a little feel of the room right now. How many of us struggle with money, struggle with talking about money, struggle with charging people for money? Like, money is one of those sensitive issues for us in some way or another. Like, raise your hand, say me in the chat, give me some indication there, because I need to know if it's just me. especially as creatives, that money's issue is kind of like a cringy type of matter for us most of the time, right? Yes, yes. So we're going to touch on a few of these things today because it's not just about, okay, well, here's where you get money from. Because what is the point of getting money or having money if we don't know what to do with it, how to develop it, how to grow it, how to use it, and more than anything, how to enjoy it? Like, come on. There's a lot to money, and I am still learning, but I have learned quite a lot. And as I'm learning through my mentorship as well, I'm making sure that I bring that to you all because I am uncovering and discovering some things about money that I never understood before. And lo and behold, this is becoming something that is absolutely unveiling, like some things that I was afraid of. Like I tell y'all about fear Photoshop. Like I was scared of money. I was scared of bills. I was scared of anything that looked like anything that looked like a piece of mail that had a number on it. Like I didn't want to look at it. And I was afraid of debt. I was afraid of credit cards. Just afraid of even placing myself in a position where I could lose everything because I had, had leveraged so much credit and didn't know what to do with it and how I was doing it, right? And I'm going to be the first to admit that I've done that roller coaster of making money, losing money. Like most of us that are entrepreneurs in some way or another have had some failures, have had some of us have had some major failures in finances, right? So I say that because I want to tell my story. I want to, be very transparent about how I even started this process and where I started when I started this process. So let's scroll on back to, I'd say 2000, and it was 2020. Right before, or actually I believe it was 2019 when I was in my issues and I was like really inundated with debt and transitioning into a different type of entrepreneurship. And I ended up in a situation where I was negative $60,000. And that's not even including my student loans and credit card debt. I'm speaking just about a specific project, an investment, and a venture that I went into. And I was negative $60,000 on, and I'm not just saying like pie in the sky money, like this is money that was immediately due on loans and owed like in immediate fashion. So with me being in the position that I was in at that moment, I knew that I needed to pivot. I knew that I needed to do something that I love to do. And I actually started doing it for free, right? I started going up to my local McDonald's because at the time I was renovating this house. If you go on my Instagram, and if you go all the way back, that's why I leave it up there as a reminder. If you go on my Instagram all the way back to that time frame, you could see I was renovating the house and I was making it all pretty and I was doing the flooring myself. I was doing electrical stuff. I was changing out fart fans and painting paintings and doing interior decorating to basically stage the home and all of these fun things. I had gotten the real estate license and all these things that had nothing to do with what I had already known how to do, which was engineering, and of course, my apparel decoration business. I'd put all of that to the side for this venture. And it didn't turn out sweet. I didn't understand debt. I didn't understand that the money that I was borrowing, especially when COVID came around, and I was actually not able to get materials for the same cost anymore. I was unable to find the help that I needed. So my timeline got extended. Well, when my timeline got extended, that budget got real scary. That situation, that financial situation got real deep and real dark and extremely scary. I remember like really being in a position, and I will say this, it was the scariest position I've ever been in life because I felt like I was failing. I've never, ever, ever in my life felt like I was failing or failed anything. Like I can say that, I might have struggled with some things. I had some hardships, but I always had this thing about myself where I would figure it out and I would always come out on top, right? But I was under. And for the first time in my life, and I felt like I did not have control, that I was powerless. And I remember I was so powerless that I remember trying to find my center again. And part of me finding my center was through prayer. It was through me meditating. It was through me talking to my ancestors. It's the first time I ever even tried talking to the ancestors. That's how low I was in funds, in energy, and in understanding of what the possibility or the realm of possibilities was. I didn't see the possibilities, right? And one thing that kept resonating with me was I've always wanted to help people. So I said, well, God, if you can give me the wisdom to understand what it is that I need to be doing to help people, and that could be the way that I actually earn a living. I told God I only need to make $40,000 a year. Now here I am with a PhD in engineering, right? And I want to be an entrepreneur. I was struggling with the idea of even getting a job, just over broke, a job, right? Because I was failing so bad. I was like, well, I need to get a job just to get out of this $60,000 debt, because this was really the debt on my partner. And that was the other thing. I had a partner. So it wasn't just me. Like, this is somebody else's credit at risk. This is somebody else's money at risk. I felt horrible to the pit of my stomach. I felt like a complete failure. And I don't think I've ever told the story to this extent before. So what I ended up doing, like I said, I ended up praying, talking to the ancestors, like, and on top of all this, some really dark, deep family stuff happened that put me in a position to have to be like responsible for that as well. And I knew that the only thing that was going to bring me out of that was me actually connecting with God, with the source, and understanding my purpose and how I could serve people. Because if I could serve my purpose and people, then I know that everything was going to turn right back around. So I started taking off time for my project. I would take out maybe a couple of hours, maybe 2 to 4 hours out of the week. And I would go up to the local McDonald's and I would get on their Wi-Fi, because I didn't have Wi-Fi at the house I was renovating. And I would go there and I would do YouTube videos showing people how to design these t-shirts. And I don't know if any of y'all, I know I got some OGs here who remember those videos. You may not have known that I was in McDonald's when I was recording them. You may not have known that while I was seeking to help people, that this is what actually really sparked and spun this academy. This is what developed this connection that we have, right? So all of that was from me just seeking how to help people. Well, as I was helping people for free while I was in debt, a way started to show itself. People started saying, well, Shanon, I really trust you. I see what you can do. You demonstrated what you can do. Do you do one-on-ones? At the time, I was not. So then I would show up to Starbucks and McDonald's I'm talking about with my laptop. Y'all know I got to have an external monitor. So I'm sitting up in these people's stuff with my external monitor, my mouse, my mouse pad, because I can't work without a mouse and a mouse pad, and a laptop, and my laptop stand that sits off of the table. So literally I have a whole setup, you feel me? Like in McDonald's, in Starbucks, to tutor people one-on-one. The majority of the people that I was tutoring were people that, number one, didn't think that they could do Photoshop. And number two, other people didn't think they could do Photoshop. I was tutoring mostly middle-aged Black women that felt like nobody would teach them how to do Photoshop, right? So what happened was me helping them got them to say, you know what, Shanon, nobody's ever taught like you. You have the patience of Job. If I hear that one more time, I'm just gonna make that a t-shirt, patience of Job, right? So you have the patience of Job. You really got me understanding this in a way that I can immediately apply to my business. And so they started to be my media team, my promo team, right? They started telling everybody about me and showing off what we did in class and saying, hey, this is what I did with Shanon today. And my one-on-one started to grow. Then I got to a point where, well, I can't service all of these one-on-ones. I think I would be better off making templates that people can buy. And if they need additional help, if they can't help themselves off the video, then I'll offer group sessions. And that's where the Academy was born. And all of these things that came along the way, all of these innovations that came along the way came from problems. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. Came from problems. I'm talking about deep, dark problems that were actually physically, emotionally hurting me. Then I got to understand what your problems were, things that were mentally, physically, financially hurting you all in this process, right? Doing all overs. And when I talk about physical, y'all were doing all overs with these little sheets of paper, right? And your backs were killing you. So I said, okay, well, let's figure out a way to do this with the split template or this roll media. These things came to me only because I understood that we had problems. And my goal has always been to serve people. And when you serve people, you got to solve problems to help people, right? So I say that to say that all of this that you're going through, all of this that you're experiencing, the things that you know right now, the problems that you know right now, is actually those problems equal profit. And the whole reason why we're doing all of this is to just unveil that even though you're going through the issues, even though you see the issues in front of you, as long as you can identify them, there's money in that. Okay. So I'm pulling this towards what we're doing right now because I want to make sure that we have a solid foundation and understanding of what our purpose really is in all of this. Because without the purpose, we can't talk about profit. We can't talk about money. We can't talk about what you're going to do with it. We can't talk about how you're going to spend it, how it's going to benefit you. Because if we don't understand the purpose of money, money is a tool. Just a tool, just like a hammer, just like a calculator, just like a computer. And when we envision it like that, it doesn't become so scary. Just like Photoshop is a tool. Photoshop don't run us. We run Photoshop. Photoshop is a tool. So we take that fear out of it and we understand that it's a tool, number one. And number two, and maybe number one is actually that it's in abundance. There is no lack of money. There is no limit to money. It is just as abundant as the air that we breathe. Okay. So when we understand that and we take the fear out of it, then we understand how to use it, how to make it work for us, and how to make it work for the people, for the community, for our families. Okay. So that's really what I want to make this Finance Friday about, is how to make the money work for us, how to not be afraid of it. And if we have those issues and those fears, then we put them out on the table today and let's figure out what we can do with them. Okay. So I'm going to do a little exercise here, and I want to ask a question. How many of us feel like debt free is the way to be? Like, if you feel like debt free is the way to be, I want you to give me a 1. If that's not your belief, I want you to give me a 0. I want to see what type of ideals we have here today. And I'm not saying one is right, one is wrong. I just want to see how y'all feel. Okay, it looks like we got a pretty even mix of that. Debt free, and there are a lot of coaches who will teach being debt free, like, hey, pay off everything that you possibly can pay off, your mortgage, your car, your credit card bills. You want to be debt free. And that's the way to be. That's the actual life to live. Okay, got you. Okay, I want to ask another question. How many of you believe that any of the Fortune 500 companies, the companies on the S&P 500, any of the major corporations in America are debt free? If you believe that, let's say this, if you believe that at least the majority of those companies are debt free, I want you to give me a 1. If you think that the majority of companies have debt, give me a 0. We have a consensus on this. So where's the confusion? If the majority of companies that are running our lives every day, Procter & Gamble, Walmart, Amazon, y'all got Amazon packages. We hiding Amazon packages on the porch every other day, right? The majority of these major companies use debt, right? Why do we have this belief? Why do we have this uneasiness? Why do we feel like when we go to sleep at night, if there's a bill to pay or anything on our credit card balance or anything that we're in debt of, why does it make us restless? Why? It's our programming. It is our programming. These companies don't lose any sleep at night when they have debt. As a matter of fact, their objective is to figure out how to be more in debt so they pay less taxes. It's a form of their tax planning is to be in debt. Amen. So I want us to start reframing our minds to understand, why do we feel like this? Why? Because we were trained, we were programmed to be the ones to pay the debt, right? We literally feel the obligation, this moral obligation to not be in debt and to feel comfortable without being in debt. Like that is our comfort zone. Well, can I get you to also, let's do this. If you know someone debt free, or if you've ever seen someone debt free, I want to draw a conclusion here too. Debt free does not necessarily mean that you are wealthy. Okay, debt free means that you're a zero. You're a zero, right? Can you all agree with me that someone who is homeless can be debt free? Someone who's homeless is by definition, debt free. They don't have any bills to pay, right? It's the like is that under like so debt free does not necessarily mean it's going to put us at this great place in life where we're going to be able to afford things and move a certain way and do what we want. So I want us to have that understanding. So one understanding of debt is that companies use it in order to operate and to become multi-million and billion-dollar companies. And the other end of that is that there are people who are debt free that don't have the quality of life. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just bringing perspective to it. So if what you're looking for is number one, a quality of life, like what you're actually going to have in your life, which is maybe it's your freedom of your schedule to be able to take off when you want to take off, to be able to work to 3 o'clock in the morning and then turn right back around and sleep until 10 a.m. Whatever your thing is that makes you feel like you have your freedom, is that not the price that we're paying right now to be an entrepreneur? So if that's, I want to understand the value. I need y'all to tell me in the chat right now, what is it that you want? What is it that you want as an entrepreneur? And you can put multiple things. I don't care. Tell me what it is that you want. Do you want to make a certain dollar amount per month? Do you want to be able to vacation or work from home or travel a lot? Like, what is it that you want? I need to understand not just your freedom number, because your freedom number is, oh, how much do I need to make to feel comfortable to quit my job? That's what people call a freedom number. I want to know, what is your ideal, what is your freedom lifestyle? I'm going to write that down because I don't know if anybody else uses that, but what is your freedom lifestyle? What does it look like? Stability, steady income, flexibility, time, financial stability, comfortable life, not worry so much, to live comfortable, time, financial stability, being able to spend time with my toddler, not worried about missed income. I get that. Yep. Work-life balance. Whew, and that's one we got to work on as entrepreneurs too. I'm not going to act like we got to figure it out on that side at all. Do whatever I want, whenever I want. Now that is, yes, on that end of things, I believe that we as entrepreneurs, even when we are inefficient entrepreneurs, we pretty much do whatever we want, whenever we want. And the bad side of that is most of the time, the business is what we want. It is what we want to work on, and we end up working a little too much. But we'll talk about that. Freedom, monthly financial goal. Yep. Peace. Oh, peace is, oof, that's my word right there. I pay for peace. I will. And I do. Not having the answers to a clock. Yep. Flexibility, peace. Y'all, this is all the stuff that I need to know to understand the motivation, so that we could talk about money in a way that we can use it as a tool, but not as our motivation. Money should not be our motivation. People should be our motivation. Money is the tool to help the people. When we help the people, we please God. And when we please God, we get our blessings. And I think this is how we need to make that connection with money. And therefore, money is not our ruler. Money is a tool that we rule over, right? When we figure it out like that, it doesn't seem so scary. All right, so I'm just reading through. Want to make money, travel, and be financially comfortable to buy what I want when I want it. Amen. And here's the other thing too. When we're investing mostly in our business, I can tell you there are things that I don't want anymore, because I get excited about buying stuff for my business. I don't want to buy somebody else's brand shirt or bag or anything. I want to literally put that money into equipment. I want to see that grow. I want to put it into my academy. I want to build apps. I want to invent stuff. Like, I want to put my money and watch it turn into something that changes the world. Like, that's what I get excited about now. So you'll find too that when you start to use money as a tool, And it's not a master. It's not something that can make us fear anything. We start to use it as a tool. Money starts to love us and is magnetized towards us. Right? When we don't have that negative connotation with money, money will flow. And where your attention goes, that's where all of your money flows. And that's how it flows to you as well. So when we start to put that intention in our business, you'll start to see that no matter what you do, you're going to want your money to be in a space that makes you happy. And where it is that makes you happy, we'll see. You'll probably stop, loaning out money to friends and family, and they might start thinking that you're changing, but you're gonna be like, look, I got a legacy to build. I have a family that is immediately and long-term affected by what I do with my money today. Right? So you start to think of those things differently. If people fall off because you can't hand them a couple $100 every week or two that they need that support, then if they can't provide services that are worth that $100 or $200 to help you out with your business, I have very, very hard news for you. You got to cut them off. Unless they absolutely need, if it's your mother, your child, like someone that you have to take care of, that's a responsibility, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if people are draining you of your resources that you need to put into your business, and those very same people are not helping you build your business, it's time to audit your circle. I'm saying it out loud because some of us need to hear this. I need to hear this. Audit that circle. And then if you find that whatever is not adding to your equation is taking from, if whatever's taking from is not investing in the outcome of what it is that you said you want to travel, is it helping you travel? You said that you want more time, is it helping give you more time, or is it taking time away? Whatever those things that you're doing right now, we have to audit our actions, our spending, our circle, and the things that are really pulling from us, pulling our resources right now. There are certain things I want you to, I told you about that list earlier. Make a list, 3 columns. Is it helping? Is it hurting? Or is it necessary? Okay. So we got kids need lunch, right? they need lunch money. So is it helping? Nah, it ain't helping when we have to spend money to feed them. However, it might be on the hurting side as far as for our business. Is it necessary? Man, yeah. Them kids gotta eat. They gotta eat at the least, right? But what can you do about that? So maybe there should be a 4th column. Is there a way that I can make this work with my business? And here's the thing: if you have biological children staying with you or not staying with you under a certain age, talk with your tax professional, because that ain't me. But I'm telling you right now, find something for those kids to do within that business. So then it's in the help column now, right? Can I transform whatever this thing is that's necessary to my helping instead of my hurting column? Absolutely. Now your tax liability is reduced because you can take that kid that can help you in some way, even if it's sweeping up, if it's my niece and nephew are my video editors. Like they actually go and make the videos on Video Leap. They can make your social media videos. Did you know if I was paying someone, there is an agency right now that's charging $3,500 to basically take entrepreneurs like us and do all their social media content and management, $3,500 a month. You don't think you could pay your children to do that type of work, to create your TikTok, YouTube, Instagram videos? You can pay them. You don't provide them any lunch money. You pay them their amount that their work is worth. You log those activities, and that is tax deductible for you. That's tax savings for you. That's a refund of an additional $5,000, more than likely. If you have 2 kids, about $5,000 that you're going to get back on top of what you would normally get for claiming the kids. I don't know if y'all hearing this right now, because you can write off up to $12,000, a little over $12,000 for each child that you have working within your business. So let's audit our circle. Let's audit our spending. Let's audit our friends that maybe don't understand this kind of thing and think that we're silly. We have those conversations and they're always trying to talk us out of the things that we understand is our purpose and our passion. Right? So I want you to look at those things. Is it helpful? Is it hurtful? Is it necessary? And then if it's necessary, see if we can reconfigure it using the rules. Now, I'm not telling y'all to be snaky and sneaky and all of this stuff, using real rules and real strategy, because that's what the wealthy call it. They call it tax strategy. They don't believe in tax evasion. They believe in tax strategy, which means before they even make the money, they know what they're going to do with it. They know exactly how they're going to use it and how they're going to offset whatever they make so that they're not paying taxes. They're getting refunds. Amazon's getting refunds at the end of every tax season. How? Because of tax planning. And once we understand these type of concepts, we don't fear money. Matter of fact, we're trying to figure out, hey, it's like a game. It's like Monopoly now. You know, you get excited when you're playing Monopoly because you're trying to figure out how to use this board, how to use this strategy to win the game. So now we're in the game. We know the rules. We know how the game works. We know how to play the game. We have strategy now. We approach Monopoly like it's fun, but then we look at our bills and we're depressed. How does that work? It's because we don't have the information. We don't know the rules. We don't know that we're playing a game. We think that we are the bottom feeders in this economy, when really we are the lifeblood of this economy. Entrepreneurs are the lifeblood of this economy. So when we flip it around and we understand our power, we don't feel powerless anymore. We just want to play the game right. And then it becomes a thing where we want to spend time learning about money. We want to spend time learning about investments. We want to spend time learning about how can I use my money in the best way. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't know many of these things if I were not in proper rooms. I would not know many of these things if I weren't introduced to these topics by people who really experienced it. Because to me, it sounds like a scam. If I didn't know any better, wait a minute, you get to write off your kids working for you $12,000 a year. Sounds like I don't know, that sounds like something I could get it. You might be able to do that, you know, because you're of a certain echelon of income. But if I do it, I feel like I'm going to be looked at. Like I already start questioning it. Like it's I'm automatically going to get in trouble. I'm already bringing that negative vibe to a solution. And it's because of our programming. So we got to knock down this current programming so that we have real answers, real understanding, real information. And guess what? Fear is false evidence appearing real. Once we understand that we have real information and truth in front of us, there is no fear, right? Fear is really supposed to be your protective mechanism against a real and present danger. If we understand what the IRS code is and we understand it's designed for entrepreneurs, for people who help other people and make a way for other people, we don't fear it as nearly as much as we do when we're in a position thinking that, oh man, like I got to figure out a way to make this money by tomorrow. Like we joke about that being a TikTok trend, but that's how we really feel. That's how we really live our lives. I got to figure out a way to make this money by tomorrow. That type of stress puts people in a position where they cannot use their mode of genius. Right? You can't use your creative thought. You can't use your mode of genius to operate when you're trying to figure out how to survive. That's not how that works, right? Survival mode is us literally figuring out how to eat today, how to sleep today, how to get this child in this program that, you know, that could potentially give them a scholarship, but we don't even know how to pay the weekly amount to get them in that program. We're always trying to figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. So in this case and scenario, if we can refocus our energy to understand, have the premium information so we can make the best decisions, then we're already a step ahead of the curve. And that's all I want us to be. I want us to be able to see it so that we can be it. All right. So we can become this. We can become the top earning. We can become the high level entrepreneurs that we want to be and we deserve to be. But we have to get away from the rat race. So part of that rat race is this whole these fear and myths about money. So we talked about one of those myths about money, which was being debt free is the way to be. And I want to kind of explain that as a demonstration. Y'all know I'm gonna do my little whiteboard. I fell in love with my little whiteboard feature, so I'm gonna bring that on out. And if y'all are on Instagram or TikTok-ish, y'all come on over to my YouTube-ish so that y'all can at least see what I'm writing on the board, okay? Y'all want to see this. Y'all want to see this. Whew. I've I've been talking, y'all. I hope y'all are good. If this is good, let me know what's good. If this information is giving you any kind of value right now, please let me know in the chat. Like, give me some roses, some diamonds, some fire, just something. It could just be a single emoji. Just let me know that this information is helpful. This information is producing, if it's not doing anything but just being thought-provoking right now. Yes, taking notes. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with this. Let me turn on my little whiteboard here. And just to let y'all know, you all have the ability to zoom in and out of my whiteboard. So if you can't see everything, then just make sure that you zoom out. Okay. All right, so we're gonna talk about this idea of debt right now, right? So, and I'm going to need your input. So I'm going to need y'all to be talking to me in the chat here. If I said, you give me $1, you give me $1 and I will give you $10. How many of us would take that deal? Let me know if in the chat, say me, if you would take that deal. Some of y'all came up with that real quick. I didn't even have to say who. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if I say, you give me $10. You give me $10 right now. I will give you $100 right now. How many of you have $10 and would give me $10 if I said I'll give you $100 right now? Okay, cool. All right. So how many of you have $100 and you would give me $100 right now if I could give you $1,000? If I promised to give you $1,000, how many of you would give me $100 right now? All right, okay, we still moving up. If I say give me $1,000 right now, and I'm being for real, I'm giving me $1,000 right now, and I'll give you $10,000. Now you have to have the $1,000 to give me the $1,000. So make sure that you know you have what you have. Okay. All right. What if I say give me $10,000 and I will give you $100,000? Who would make that deal? Teresa says, now I have to phone some friends. Listen, and don't have that. Okay. Here's my point. I'm gonna get right to that. Tamika says, I'm looking at you side eye. Okay, I don't have the 10,000. Okay, Tabitha. Who doesn't have $100 right now? Who was not able to answer when I said give me $100, I give you 1,000? Who does not have $100 right now? Say me. And I know some of you who told me you didn't have $100 right now because y'all told me this challenge. Look, I'm going all in. I'm gonna make this investment. I'm gonna do something for myself. Sandy, go ahead and unmute your mic for me, love.
I'm here.
Okay, so Sandy, I'm gonna put this number up on the board. I said, if you could give me $100, I would give you 1,000, right?
Yes.
You don't have $100, so how do you feel right now?
Just figuring out how I could take advantage. That's really what's going on in my mind because I've been in that struggle for over 2 years now. And just fortunately, I'm gonna let you know, when we talked on Sunday, I did not have the money. Money came through by Tuesday.
Look.
And I jumped on this on Tuesday, was able to keep up with the classes.
I saw you. I saw your message, Sandy. I saw it, and you caught up with everything. Yeah. So, Sandy, let me ask you this: you don't. Let's say you do not have $100 right now. If I told you who has $100 right now in the chat, if you have $100 right now, put a 100. If you have $100 right now, put a 100. Okay. Dang. Okay. So, all right, Mrs. Jones, I saw your name pop up. You have the $100. Would you loan the $100 to Sandy, right? Would you loan the $100 to Sandy if Sandy agreed to give you $200, right? So that she could get the $1,000. Would you do that?
Yes, because I don't know how I'm gonna get my blessings. So yes.
Okay. So would Sandy be taking on a debt initially, right?
Yes.
You would be taking on a debt initially, correct?
Correct.
So if you could cash out Sandy $100 right now, I will cash out Sandy $1,000 right now, and Sandy will cash out you $200. Does that sound like a plan?
Sound like a plan.
I could Zelle it. I don't have cash out, but I could Zelle it. Sure.
But here's the deal. We found a way, correct? We're gonna find a way,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
So this is my point. This is the point of this demonstration. Yeah, y'all are getting your blessings tonight. Congratulations. Thank you. I appreciate y'all participating, because I want to make sure that this is real. I want to make sure that I'm actually really helping. I want to make sure that I'm helping this, not just helping in a sense of like moving some money around, but helping us have an understanding, a keen understanding of what an investment truly is. Let me tell you the difference between rich and poor. Okay. A rich person is going to ask a different question than a poor person. Okay. Poor person is going to ask, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? I said it costs $100, and I'm gonna give you $1,000. You had to think, oh, I don't have $1,000. But here's where I know that you're thinking towards the rich side, because you hey, I gotta figure out a way to get this money by tomorrow. Like, I gotta figure out a way to get this money in the next minute. Like, I bet you might have even been texting somebody, hey, if this works, like, can you wire me $100 so I can make this thing work with Shanon right now? I guarantee that was in your mind, right? A poor person is going to say, I don't have $100. I can't take advantage of this opportunity. Knowing I'm here, I'm somebody you really know. If I say I'm going to give you $1,000, I'm going to give you $1,000, right? So you have this opportunity, but if you didn't have what it took to take advantage of the opportunity, then you're not really having the faith. Either you don't have the faith that I'm going to give you that $1,000. Hey, I don't know. Shanon might be a little scamming, you know, she might be on YouTube every day. I might not be able to catch her, but I don't think she would say that to me if she wasn't going to do it, right? So you have a surefire way. Some of your ideas that are in your head, some of the things that you're working on right now are God sent to you. They are surefire ways to become wealthy. And we're not taking advantage of them because we think we don't have the resource. Well, let me tell you, there's not a problem with resources. There is a problem with resourcefulness. And somebody quoted that earlier. That's Myron Golden, right? Somebody quoted that earlier this week. And this is my example of that. I want y'all to see this. There's not a problem with resources. Money is in abundance. I guarantee you, almost who would have made that deal besides Mrs. Jones? Who would have loaned Sandy the $200 or the $100 to get $200? Who would have done that? Sandy, you see? You see? Look at this. And let me tell you this. Rich people don't ask what it costs. They say, what is it worth? What's the value? This is a horrible interest rate. Paying $100 to get $1,000 is a horrible interest rate. Somebody would tell you that that's in the debt business, right? That's in the business of keeping people in debt and keeping debts paid off, and telling you that, hey, you paying a bank and keeping your money in a bank and saving your money till you retire, saving your money until you work for 60 some years, or when you can retire at 60 years. Most of us are actually working 60 years. We're not retiring at 60. We're retiring closer to 80 than we are to 60. And that money is depreciating faster than it can actually collect interest. How are we saving our way to wealth, right? But we have opportunities right now that somebody will tell you that's a stupid interest rate, but you just made that instantly. So let me tell y'all this, y'all make this work. Y'all message between one another. Sandy, I want you to take this $100, find a way to get it to my Cash App. I don't care how. If you have to make up a Cash App right now, it's Innate Academy. Find a way.
Oh.
Innate Academy, you get that $100 to me, and I will get that $1,000 to you.
Actually, I've been banned from Cash App.
All right.
They banned me.
So if it's not Cash App, I got a PayPal. It's a PayPal me, and it is Innate Lab. Just all you got to do is screenshot Erica Kane the proof. So Innate Lab, you got that is paypal.me. Paypal.me. I'm not finna go make an invoice. You're gonna find a way to get the money to me. And when you find a way to get the money to me, I'm gonna find a way to get the money back to you. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm saying my hands off, because somebody that has the resources wants to invest in you. They want to get their money back. They want to see that happen. Mrs. Jones is ready to give you this $100 so she could double up her money tonight. Miss Jones needed this too. She needed this blessing too. Listen. So y'all work together, y'all figure that out, right? And we're gonna understand that in this instance, that investment just did way more for you than the worry about what would have happened. You know how you have that, man, if I would have just had that $100, you know, I could have made $1,000 that day. How many times have we said something like that? If I just would have had this, you know where I could be right now. You know what I could be doing right now. Probably the majority of us. And I got tired of it. I'm still tired of it. That's why I'm buying my time back, y'all. I'm buying my time back so I can do the things that God placed on my mind and on my heart, on my spirit. So I'm buying my time back so that I can be an inventor, so I can be an innovator, so that I can bring innovative processes and products to our community so we can all grow and we can all eat and we can all be these success stories, right? Because if I don't do that, I'm inundated and I'm just sitting here making shirts. If I'm making shirts, I can't vibrate on the higher level to make tools for you all to make shirts so that when you're done making shirts and you want to teach somebody, or you want to have a mentorship program, or you want to have an enterprise, or you want to sell your company for $1 million or $10 million. And so you can retire and relax. If we're not trying to scale our businesses, what are we doing? We're trying to exit our 9-to-5s to create a 24/7. And I know that's a trending joke right now too, but it needs to be that, you know, that joke that has a truth to it that we need to laugh at and then like get real serious about. Let's get real serious about it, because true CEOs don't work in the business. True CEOs not losing sleep. They're not losing sleep trying to produce orders and trying to keep their business alive. So we're going to be in the business for a season. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I spent plenty of seasons in the business. I'm still in the business. My goal is to work on the business so that I can scale the business. So if I want to, I could even sell the business. We're talking multi-millions. I can sell my business. I can walk away from it. I can have a contract that says, hey, no compete for 3 years, 5 years. Then I could come right back to it. And I'm even a better innovator at that point in time. 5 years not working on this, I sold it to somebody. I sold it as a multi-million-dollar company, and now it's still helping people. I still have a legacy. Boom, I come over here and start it all over again. And now I know how to do it in 1 year instead of 20 years. And that's what my education is going to teach me. That's what my wisdom is going to bring me. So can't nobody buy that. They can't buy my wisdom. They can buy the package that has some of my wisdom in it. So this is how we want to be thinking. How are we scaling our business? How are we investing our resources? How are we developing our resources? How are we developing the number one resource, which is our mindset? Yep. So the Cash App is Innate Academy. And then the PayPal, if you need a paypal.me, I think paypal.me is Innate Lab. Okay. So y'all make, as soon as y'all make that happen tonight, when we're done, I got you. So, and then you make sure that you make good on your promise. I know you will, Sandy. If somebody loans you the 200, if it's Mrs. Jones, which is who I would like for you to do, because that's who, you know, participated and who I called on. But if somebody else had to do it, it's y'all's business. Okay.
Sure. Yes.
Y'all, and I know y'all will take care of one another. And instantly that becomes a blessing and a lesson. Right? Sometimes our lessons are not necessarily immediately a blessing, but it's always a blessing to learn. That is wisdom. That is the highest form of what we can really receive on this earth. The highest form of what we can receive on this earth is not money. It's the actual wisdom, because the wisdom can help us make that money over and over and over again. We can get that money. You can get this $1,000 one time, but now you understand this concept. Now you can use this concept for the rest of your life, which is worth way more than $800 profit. Do y'all hear what I'm putting down right now? Let me know if this is making sense to y'all. Let me know. I want to know if I need to make it make sense. Let me know. If I'm not being clear, let me know. Perfect. So I need us to have this type of understanding to get to this next understanding. All right, so I'm going to give you can I give y'all a little bit of, it's not as much preaching as it is some real life game about this whole finance industry, this whole entrepreneurship journey that we're on. I want to ask y'all a little something here. See if this makes sense to you. Can I move this over, or do I have to start a new artboard? Okay, I can move it down. Okay. I'm going to go into a different part here. I want to ask y'all something. Y'all let me know if it's true or not. Tell me if I'm lying. I promise. I actually welcome if you have a different opinion, because then it gives me a opportunity to exercise my own understanding, right? Okay. So how many of you all right now are doing your transactions, your business transactions through Cash App, Zelle, what's some of the other like money transfer ones? Give me some ideas here. Okay, Venmo,
Apple Pay, Google Pay.
Venmo. Oh, I guess that Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay. And y'all are like, oh my gosh, like I gotta do these because I'm not paying those fees. You know, I don't have to have a website set up. I don't have to worry about, you know, nobody holding my stuff up. Like, because these, let me know why would you be using any of these? Tell me in the comments. Give me some ideas so that I have some understanding. Okay. If you're using any of these right now, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay, what's your reason for using those over something like PayPal, Square, and Stripe? Okay, ease of access, fast transactions, quick. Most people already have it. Got you. You don't have to give them money to get money. Got you. I understand that one. The customers already have it. Don't have the e-commerce set up. Y'all be honest with me. Listen, this is what I need. I need this to understand where we need help and how to help. Okay. You're new to the business world. I get it. No website. I get it. Okay. You know, you don't have to have, do you know you don't need to have a website to do any of these? You could just set up links and invoices and have people pay you almost just as instantly as you can send them a text message request to pay you. Let me tell you how this may potentially be hurting you in the business area. Okay. Because we're gonna talk a little bit tonight about building business credit, what it means, how your personal credit plays into that. We're going to have someone special come on and talk to you about that for a little bit tonight. So we have a treat for that tonight, but I need to make sure that before I bring them on to give you the information that you have the right foundation. Okay. So the foundation here is, man, these are super easy. And you know what, as long as I do it as a personal account, you know, it ain't no 1099s involved. The IRS don't know what I'm doing over here. Like, I get all of those things. Or I haven't officially said that I'm a real business outside of my head yet. So right now, this is just where I am, and it's cool. But let me tell you what you're delaying. What you're delaying is building a real relationship with an e-commerce background with these finance companies. So let's see, they're called fintech. Fintech is financial tech. Okay. All of these are technically, you know, some type of fintech company. However, these are ones that can do something called capital loans. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions now. How many of you think you can't get any type of business credit or loan extended to you because I don't have my EIN, I don't have my state documents, I don't have a brick and mortar, I don't have a website set up? How many of you have any of those things going on right now? And maybe that's why you're not doing PayPal, Square, or Stripe. Okay, got you. Regardless, oh, I don't have my LLC. Regardless of that, did you know that you can just use your regular schmegular negular social security number if you had to, especially if you're a sole proprietor? Not saying that this is how I want you to set this up. I'm telling you what you can do now, right? Because so many times we have the things stopping us. You could just use your regular social security number and let them know that you're running a business. They see those transactions going through PayPal, going through Square, going through Stripe. And right now, Stripe is my favorite. Stripe is doing the dang thing. Okay, PayPal is up there with making my booty itch. Okay, PayPal is I use it, I have it, it does some good for me. However, it's been one of the most aggravating in my whole experience of being an entrepreneur and collecting funds from individuals. However, I can say this. If you let your transactions go through these means, how many times has Cash App said, hey, I see so much money going through your Cash App, I want to offer you a $10,000 loan for your business? Because I know these are business transactions, right? You got a business account. Zelle ever offered to give you $10,000 a loan? Huh? What about Venmo? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Nope. Apple Pay, Google Pay. I'm asking some real questions here because I want to get us, like I said, when we start talking about money, I got to get us in the mind frame of that. You know, people say it takes money to make money, and in some degree, yes, it does. It may take money later to make the money, or it may take money out as you're making the money to make money, but it's going to take money to make money. The point in position is that you don't have to have all of that stuff set up to even start funding these type of accounts. If you can get anybody to pay you, get your family to pay you through PayPal, through Square, through Stripe. And the stronger you can make the money coming in to those platforms every single month, it looks like you have steady income coming in. If you just have somebody paying room and board for staying with you, instead of having them pay you through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, Apple Pay, and Google Pay, have them pay you through an invoice. Listen to me now. Yes, it's going to take like a 3% charge, or whatever that charge is. That 3% is helping you gain a relationship with these companies that you want to believe that you have a real operating business and you have income coming in. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's a loss that you're taking, a little bit of a loss that you're taking to build business credit. And I'm not even talking about like a business credit score, business credibility. Okay, so I'm building this business credibility. I remember when I first started taking money and PayPal and Square, was like, hey girl, we see them dollars coming through. It wasn't even a lot of dollars. It was just some dollars coming through, but it was coming through regularly and consistently. And they offered me what was called a capital loan. I didn't know what a capital loan was at the time, right? The capital loan is saying, hey, we see X amount of dollars into your account per month. We're willing to give you an advance of X amount of dollars. And usually it's about what you do in a month, right? So they saw, $1,000 going through my account every month. They were willing to give me a capital loan for $1,000. Do you know what you could do with another $1,000 up front? Now, what they wanted was their little piece, right? But then they also wanted to take a 10% of my sales every single sale that I made until it was paid off. So I didn't have like a monthly payment. It was a percentage of my sales. It's because they trusted that at least $1,000 was going to come through that account. They saw my growth and they trusted that it would not take me more. They gave me 6 months to pay it off. Well, guess what? It got paid off in 2 months because with the $1,000 that I borrowed, I was able to increase my sales. So what would have taken 6 months, well, they gave me 6 months to pay it back. I paid it off in 2 months. You know what the next time they offer me a capital loan for? Well, shoot, how about do you want this little loan over here for $5,000 now? Listen, this is something that we need to understand. This did not have anything to do with me building business credit. I did not have an EIN at the time. This was when I was just understanding how to even make money off of my talent, right? So now that I understand differently, I understand, oh, if I have my EIN, so now I have other factors set up. I have my EIN. I have my my state documents. I have my articles of incorporation, all that stuff in line. And I'm getting regular payments. I have payments that go through PayPal. I have payments that go through Stripe. PayPal offered me $90,000. Stripe offered me almost 160. It was like 155,000 K, $155 Ks. Forgive all my little mess on the screen right now. And it's because of the relationship that you build over time. You think there's something I can't do right now with this 155K? You think I'm not working on this app, working on the tech side of my business now? I wouldn't be able to do that with the regular flow of income that's coming in because it's going in and it's going right back into the business, right? So a capital loan is for you to get your equipment, for you to increase your marketing. My capital loan is helping to fund my mentorship. Let me put it to you like this. Let's do some more math here. I know we was going to get into all of this tonight, but let's do some more math here. So I have a mentorship that's 55K. I have another mentorship that's 155K, but I was able to defer that 100K by basically having my mentor help me on when I do my big extravagant event. He's going to help me, and his 100K fee is built into that event. So I took a scholarship because I know he's going to make more than 100K off of me doing this event, but I was able to say I will defer that in order to not have to pay that up front. So right now in cash, I have what, 110K invested in just this 1 year alone. And I actually have more than that because I have several mentorships that I have purchased for 5K, 2.5K, 3.5K. I have all of these wrapped up into me investing in me this year, right? But I can say that this 110K investment already, which I do have a few more payments on that, but I had to make the bulk of everything up front. This 110K has already got me on track to do 1 million this year. I wasn't doing that before. I didn't have the understanding before. I didn't have I didn't have the tools yet to understand that I could do this. I was just creating. As I was creating, I'm doing what God gave me to do, and I'm being successful. But it wasn't until I had the right information and got in the right rooms that I was able to take what I was doing before and really multiply it, make my money grow, right? Make what my experience is worth grow. I'm able to charge now. I'm able to charge like at least twice as much as I was charging before, just because of my experience and my understanding of my talent, right? That's only part of it. So this investment here and here has helped me get to here. And I'm hoping that this is even going to be 2 million this year. If I do it right, y'all, if we do it right, because my goal is to help at least 10 entrepreneurs get to 100,000 this year, at least 10, especially my mentees, right? Which I think I've already done that, but if I help them get there, that's automatically going to be another M on my back. So if I help 10 people earn $100,000, that's on me, because it goes through the academy and it helps me, and we split the profit, and they're able to grow into their goals, which is their 6K goals. I'm able to grow into my 7-figure goals. And then there's a cycle that comes from that, because then they develop their own mentorship. They develop their own method of teaching people, and they develop their own way of helping develop our communities, which then makes us all stronger, makes us all beasts, makes us all fearless, makes us all powerful, and makes us all in a position to where we're no longer a threat to one another, but we are a threat to anyone who thinks that we are their stepping stone to them becoming rich and keeping us down. I might be a lot of an optimist, but this is also truth. It's optimism, but it's truth. And I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing it happen. But what I want to do is I want to see it happen for us. I want to see it happen for our community. I want to see it happen within the creative community, because we don't see enough of this in the creative community. In the creative community, we see a lot of crab in a barrel syndrome. We see a lot of, oh, somebody's doing this over here, then I can't show people what I'm doing over here to make money. No, as a matter of fact, I've made more money teaching people how to do what my trade secrets are. I've made more money teaching my trade secrets than I ever have, keeping those secrets to myself and allowing only my hands to touch what those secrets could work for. So that's why I ask you to evaluate what it is that you're doing, the scalability of what you're doing, so that you can really get into your position of power. What are you doing to scale? And I need y'all to answer this stuff for me too. What is it that you want to do with your talent? And we're going to go over the finance part, but I want you to be thinking about that, because as we're going through today and we're talking about money, I want you to be figuring out, how do you want to use your money? How do you want your money to work for you? How do you want to use your money as a tool? And not just thinking about how much money you want to make, because that's the thing. We could put this number out here. I can put this $2 million mark out there this year, and Lord, like me doing this 2 million this year, it's over. It's over. All the people that thought you can't make money by sharing your profits with people who said I was crazy for offering people 50%, 50% commission on stuff, people who said I was crazy for doing any of that stuff, will have nothing to say to me at that point. Because my idea is that if I treat this business like it's your business too, you earn more profit than I do off of my products. You will sell it like it's your product. You will believe in it like it's your product, because it is. You get 50%, I get 40, 45%, somewhere closer to 44%. When we sell an item, when you sell a membership or you sell a class, I'm willing to do that so that you believe in this just as much as, if not more than me. And it's already showing this type of ideal, this type of training, this type of understanding and mentorship is taking me to another level, but it's also taking other people to other levels. And that's what I'm most proud of. That is what I am. I swell with pride and happiness and fulfillment about, because if Coach Chrissy came on here yesterday, said she did her 6-figure year, this was the goal that I had her set for the year. But I told her to double it. I said, really, it should be 200K. Let's double it. 6 figures. Let's get to 6 figures, and then let's double that number. She did it in 6 months, which means technically she's on track to do 200K this year. That's what I celebrate. That understanding right there is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Not just for my figures. And really and truly, I learn about my figures after the fact. When I encourage you all and you'll tell me what y'all doing, I'm like, well, wait a minute, let me see what I'm doing then. And then I find out what I'm doing. All right, now that ain't the best way to do stuff either. You should know your numbers. Let your mentor tell you the right way, even if I'm not doing it the right way. So, all right, let's see. Walter? Thank you, Janetta. Janetta says, your dad is smiling right now. Absolutely. And the thing is, he's smiling because of y'all. He's smiling because of me, but he's smiling because of y'all too, because this is his legacy, was always to extend himself and help people. And that's how I grew up. That's what I understood. And I have the opportunity to. I'm blessed with the task of doing that same thing. And it is hella fulfilling. Okay. It truly is. All right. So Walt, are you here with us in the chat, love? Let me see. If not, let me see. Okay. Okay, cool. So Walt, are you able to share your screen, or do I need to pull the presentation up? But you can go ahead and unmute your mic, babe. And then I have to figure out, let me leave this screen. How do I get out of here?
Cool. I can share it. I can share it.
What'd you say, Walt?
I said I can share it.
Okay, awesome. So I think I have to give you the ability to share the screen. So before I bring Coach Walt on, or Walter, my baby love, I want to just do an introduction here for an individual who is just beyond intelligent, beyond resourceful, beyond hardworking, is really truly invested in people and invested in the spirit of uplifting others. Walter has been a protege and mentee of mine since he was 16 years old. And at this point in position, Walter is an esteemed engineer who's graduated with his degree. He's in a great paying position, 9 to 5 right now, but his 9 to 5 is truly an investor in the next phase of what he's doing in entrepreneurship. He has 3 businesses that are each being developed in different industries. So several streams of income, several ways of making his knowledge and understanding work for him. And I have the privilege and the honor of having him still as a mentee, and for him to be able to help others, especially within this organization. I am extremely excited and elated. So Walter, without further ado, I want to introduce you to the Innate Creatives, Innate Lab, Innate Academy. Tamika says, yes, Walter. Walter is going to be helping us and actually doing some walkthrough classes and all on building business credit and personal credit, as well as just those business fundamentals that have us kind of like really scared to take action, scared to set up our LLCs, scared to set up our EINs, or maybe we haven't put the energy towards it. So Walter has agreed to be that resource for us, so that now I don't have to feel like I have to walk you through everything, even though I know how to do it. I want to make sure that you have a dedicated presence for that type of information. So with that said, please give it up for your guy, Coach Walt, in the building. Give it up. All right, well, you have the floor, my love.
All right, so I'm not gonna do any preaching. I'm not gonna do any of that stuff. She's already giving you plenty of it, giving you all the fire, giving it all to you already. But I'm glad to be here. Honestly, I'm glad to be here because I mean, God has put me in a great position to bless others, and I'm all about just giving back to the community. That's what it's all about. I'm going and I'm getting those things that we are miseducated about to go and give you the real education. That's what I'm here to do. Give you the fire. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to let you know that you are supposed to be here. I don't know why God gave me that, but I want you to know that you are supposed to be here for this appointed time, for this place, to better yourself, to do what you're doing right now. So if you will put in the chat right now, say, I'm supposed to be here. Put that in the chat. Drop that in the chat. I'm supposed to be here. Because right now you're walking in your purpose. You're bettering yourself. You're doing the right thing right now. You are investing in your life right now. So I know she's giving you all that stuff, but I just want to tell you that you are supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. And I thank God for this opportunity for each and every one of you. I'm not the professional at a Photoshop or anything like that. So I'm in your playground. I'm here to learn from each and every one of you. And I thank God for the opportunity, honestly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. I'm not gonna take a lot of time. Just give me a few minutes, okay? So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna change over. PowerPoint. Can y'all see it? Are we here?
Yep, I see it.
All right, cool. I'm sorry, let me back out this thing here. See, slideshow. All right, good. Everybody sees it, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so Finance Friday. We're talking about money, talking about the thing that nobody else wants to talk about. Y'all want to talk about Photoshop and the products, and I'm going to bring you the knowledge that's funding everything else, to fund your business. I mean, the money talk is where it's at. Let's be honest, it's where it's at. So we're going to go into our first thing. Business funding is our first topic we're going to do. So there are some people in this room that are experienced entrepreneurs, and there are some that are just starting out. So what I'm gonna do is if you're a experienced entrepreneur, put a 1 in the chat. If you are just starting out, put a 2 in the chat. See where you at. Let's see where you're at. Because you're here to better yourself. You're here for a reason. So I'm gonna believe that, we're all entrepreneurs in this space. So I'm gonna believe. 1s, 2s. We got a good mix. 1s, 2s, mixing it up. I like that. But guess what? You're still supposed to be here. So business funding. Experienced entrepreneurs know that sometimes it's smart to pay for something later and handle a larger expense now. This game is all about using OPM, other people's money. That is what it's all about, using other people's money to get where you need to go. So for some people with the experienced ones, we know that we take out these funds or we accept these loans to budget for things now and handle the lesser important things later. But on the other end of it is the inexperienced one. These are the twos. These are the ones that say, you know what, I'm new in this industry. I'm learning Photoshop and everything, but I don't have the money to go buy an expensive press. I don't have the money to go buy an expensive printer. I'm talking about your stuff right now, stuff that you need in your space. Because it's a lot. The software, the paper, the prints, everything, all that, it costs money. And coming straight out the gate, that can be really tough. You might not have those funds. So startup costs. And this is not just you, but I mean, me as an engineer, in my space, to have the laser equipment or all the software I need, startup costs can be really tough for a new business to come out of pocket to unless you're already, like she says, under the table, no EIN, no structure. You just accepting money under the table. You already have some revenue coming. Then it becomes a little easier. But for most of us, hey, we're in the room. We're just trying to get the information and figure out the rest later, which is still good. As some people say, I learned this class. It says, you know what? Let's just act now and figure out the rest later. So I want to commend you for doing that first. So there are two ways to get business funding, two ways. The first being business credit and the second being business loans. And so in this space, we're going to help you navigate through both of those things. I want to educate you about business credit, take away some of that fear as we're talking about, that fear about credit, because a lot of times we have this fear that credit is a bad thing, but truth be told, credit is a good thing. Credit is a good thing. All the millionaires, the billionaires, all the big names that they all are dealing with credit. They're dealing with credit. Not all of them started out with $1 million. Not all of them had generational wealth. They started out borrowing OPM, other people's money to fund their businesses. And now they have millions, billions of dollars of revenue every single year. So we're going to try to kill some of that fear. We're going to educate you on business credit and business loans. So for starters, what is business credit? What is business credit? It's just like personal credit. I like to make you think that things are simpler because we overcomplicate things. We make things these giant monsters. We make things mountains. We make things so big, but in reality, it's something so simple. Actually, it is. It's just like personal credit. It is your company's ability to purchase goods or services with the understanding that you will pay for them later. That's all. It's an agreement. So understand that they're going to give you this money upfront. And you just got a whole example. She did an illustration for you right before that you are being given this money upfront. Somebody's investing in you, and now you're agreeing to pay them back over time. Of course, a fixed interest or or a fixed time period to pay back at the end of the month, or it all comes. But that's the general definition of what business credit is. So what is a business loan? Don't overthink it. It's just like a personal loan. Why does it sound crazy? Because like when you go to buy a house, that you're getting a loan, or when you take out a mortgage or getting a computer. I mean, all these, don't overcomplicate these things that you do every single day in real life. You're already doing these things, but now we're just converting it over to the business scene. And we're saying, we're going to get a business loan. The bank or lender gives a certain amount of money, same way, with the expectation that you will repay the money with interest, of course, with interest. And why is interest important? We're going to talk about that in the later slide. So what is a PG, a personal guarantor? And if I'm going too fast, please let me know in the chat. Let me know. But I want to get this to y'all. What is a personal guarantor? A personal guarantor, PG. And I'm gonna say, some of y'all might already know what this is, but a lot of people don't know what this is. I'm telling you, people are running game on you. They are taking you in to accept these funds, to accept these loans, this funding, and they're holding you liable. They're holding you liable to repay all that you're taking, and they're not educating you on none. They expect you to know these things. But this is why it's so important. A personal guarantor is someone who promises to take responsibility for all payments owed by the contracted person or company if that person or company defaults. Now, does that mean they're going to come at you as soon as your business misses a payment? No, it is not. No, it is not. Don't think that your business misses one payment, they're going to come and take your house. No, that's not true. That's not how this works. it's only after your company or the person defaults that now it's okay. Now I'm going to come after you and I'm going to ask, that you take step in and pay back some of this money that your business owes. Sometimes this is a requirement for newer businesses to get business funding, but that is why personal credit and business credit are not mutually exclusive. I'm gonna say that again. This is why personal credit and business credit are not mutually exclusive, because sometimes they will use you if you are a new business and you don't have that relationship. You have not already created that relationship with the lenders, with the banks. Then they're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna believe that you as an individual are going to pay back this money. But guess what? If they don't know you, they're not gonna give you the money. You gotta have something to show. If I come to you and I say, and you don't know me, some of y'all my first time seeing me. If I come to you and I ask you for $10,000 right now, I haven't given you any value. I haven't given you anything up front. I say, you know what? I need to borrow $10,000 from you. You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. You're gonna say, who are you? I ain't never met you. You ain't giving me nothing you haven't given me nothing in return. Like, you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. That's the same thing. You're gonna go to a bank and you're gonna ask for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 up front. And they're gonna say, who are you? Who are you? Your business it's been established since May 15, 2022. You have no revenue to show. You have nothing to show for yourself. They're gonna say, you know what? You have nothing to show for yourself. So why am I gonna give you all of this money? Well, guess what? You got personal credit to ensure that, you know what, I do have a job. I do have a great credit profile. This is why they cannot be mutually exclusive, because it goes back and depends on you. You're looking at your profile, and guess what? I mean, I got a list of names that I'm gonna give you in one of my classes of banks that you can go to with no PG, with no personal guarantor. But the problem with that is that they don't give you a lot of money. It's like, I'll come to you and I say, hey, I want $10,000. You're gonna say, I don't know you. I give you $10, but I'm not giving you 10,000. It's the same thing. So this is, once again, why your personal credit is so important, and why your business credit is so important, and why they're beautiful together. Because once again, if they don't know you, they're not gonna give it to you. If you have nothing to show, they're not gonna give it to you. Is this making sense? Am I going too fast? Is this making any sense? Somebody drop something in the chat. Let me know I'm okay. I don't want to go too fast. Are y'all getting this? Good. You're good. I like this. Cool. That's enough of me. It's enough of me. I'm keep going. All right. So I'm gonna give you an example of why credit is important, because I'm an engineer. I'm a numbers guy. I like things to be right in front of me. I like to get to the nitty gritty of it. So, example: the average price for a home as of January 2022 this year is $215,300. A 30-year, $300,000 loan for someone with a credit score of between 660 and 850 carries a 6.346% APR. Someone with a credit score between 500 and 579 will have a 10.152% APR. So before I continue, I'm gonna ask you, when's the last time you checked your credit score? When was the last time you checked your personal credit score? When was the last time? Somebody said today. Wow, bam. Yesterday. Wow. Y'all on top of it. Because dang, some of us ain't done that. This morning, last week, yesterday. The face. Oh man, we could go. Nice. I'll be honest. Some of y'all saying, some of y'all ain't telling the truth. You just want today. Yeah, right. Come on, let's be honest here. When the last time you checked? Come on, be real. Because I mean, you don't. It's something that you don't think about. You don't think about it until you need to go buy a house, and they say, well, I can't give you this. You got a 300 credit score. Months ago. See, that's like some honesty. Okay. We need to be checking our credit scores and stay on top of it, because some of y'all are getting messed over. You got stuff in your credit profile that you ain't even know about. I get reports. Nice. So I'm keep going. Check credit score. That would mean that a person with a good score have a monthly payment of $1,866, while the person with a bad credit score paid $2,666, $266, or $800 more for the same house. That adds up, because I'm telling you, interest adds up. That adds up to $288,000 over the next 30 years. Let me ask you something, because I mean, we're talking money, right? Does anybody have $288,000 to just give away? No, 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 no. Nobody has it? Nobody says yes in the chat? Nobody? So, wow. No. Negative. Negatory. Zilch. So think about this. Because you are not taking your credit seriously. You are essentially saying, you know what? I have money to waste. I have money to give away. Not because you did anything wrong, just because your credit ain't good. Your credit is not good. And because of that, over 30 years, you're giving away almost $300,000 just because you didn't take 3 months out of your time to fix your credit score, to fix your credit profile. Y'all, do y'all understand now what I'm saying, why credit is so important? Y'all, am I getting this? Yes, 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 yes. When I was going through my training to be a credit repair specialist, one of the sections is that credit cost. Credit cost. It costs you. This is a prime example of how credit costs you, because if you don't have the right score, you're going to pay back more interest over time. And this is a plain example that you are giving away money. Think about it. It's simple. And think about it is like, say you do work on your credit score. Have you went and tried to refinance? Like, there's so many levels to this process, and it all starts with a credit score, a credit profile. All this stuff matters. And this is why I say, when's the last time you check your credit score? Because it's something that you have to check. I would say at least once a month. At least once a month. Get on top of it, because stuff is happening around your nose. Or in this case, you're giving away money that you don't have. I'll be honest, I don't have $288,000 to give away. I don't have it. If that's you, I mean, hey, send me $10 because I'm gonna need it. But I don't have $288,000 to give away. So what we're doing is we're gonna educate you and we're gonna help you figure out ways. And I say for those that are experienced, we're gonna help you get to a place where you can start optimizing and cutting costs, because your personal credit and your business credit, they do matter. They do matter. And for those that are just starting out, I want to help you get to a place where you're not coming out of pocket $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, because believe it or not, the only thing that's holding you back right now from those $1 million days, from those $1 million months, is fear and bad credit. I mean, Shannon said fear, but I'm gonna add on bad credit. Bad credit. Because to start, you gotta have equipment. To start, you gotta have the materials. I mean, we can get on here, we can get motivated every single day. We can say, you know what, God is so good, and man, I'm so motivated. And everybody got on here today with some good energy. I mean, I've been here since the beginning. You was talking about you're blessed, you were motivated, you were pumped, you were energized, you were feeling yourself, you was doing the thing. I'm so glad it's Shanon is over. Bam, I mean, you were so good. But then when it's time to go and purchase equipment, dang, whew, I can't afford to go and buy this, this seat press. I can't afford to go and buy the materials needed for my business. So then you set yourself back, a whole nother year, because now you're saving up money to go and purchase equipment. When you could, if you had good credit, you can go and get that thing today. You can go and get the bag today. But it all starts with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to just take a minute. And we're going to go and see if we can get you pre-approved for some business credit, some business credit cards. Okay. So we're going to go over to cnba.com, and I'm going to step out of this presentation and go to it. So I got to put up already. cbna.com, community bank. We're going to take it one step at a time. We're going to see if we can get you some pre-qualifications. Why is this important? Why is pre-qualifications important? Because your credit profile, 10% of your credit profile is in queries. 10%. Your credit score ranges from 300 to 850. and it's all basic percentages. 10% of your credit profile is inquiries. So if you're going and you're asking this bank, this bank, this bank, you're asking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 banks for credit cards, and they're denying you. I mean, those other banks are going to see that. You're going to say, you know what? You're going to asking for all this money. I don't think I want to give you any money, because I mean, you're asking this bank, this bank, this bank. So it's important to know the factors of the credit profile. And once again, that's going to be in my class. It's going to be my class. We're going to educate you from the foundational things of credit. So community bank, cbna.com. Are we there? I don't move on. We're not there. Are we there? We good? Yes. Cool. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on business. Okay. Then we're gonna click on business credit cards. Okay. We're gonna scroll down, and they're gonna tell you what their business credit card options are. Okay. We're gonna go for the first one. The business edition MasterCard with reward simplicity. We're gonna click on that one, okay? The second one there is a secured MasterCard. That's gonna be for someone that's, has bad credit or is just starting out. Basically, with secured credit card, you're gonna front them the money up front, and then they're gonna basically give it back to you, man, because they can't trust you. So you're gonna have to put money up front to get this credit, and that's like their insurance that if you don't pay them back, guess what? They already have the money anyways. So we're gonna click on this first one, business edition, and it's gonna say if you leave us, who cares? Continue. All right. So now it's gonna ask you say click here for a pre-qualification. The point of this is there are soft inquiries and there are hard inquiries. Soft inquiries are when people in the banks, the lenders, the ones that's wanting to give you the money, they do a soft pull to get an idea of your credit profile. They're not going to go and pull a full credit report, and this is not going to show on your credit report. Like I said, those inquiries, those hard inquiries, are 10% of your credit profile. And so every time you ask for a line of credit or a business loan or whatever you do, and they have to pull your credit, that goes against your credit profile. And you generally want to have about 5, no more than 5 in a 2-year period, no more than 5. So, but the good thing about soft inquiries is you can go in and you can click on check now, and you can find out, whether they're going to approve you or not without that hit to your credit profile. Because a lot of our problems is that, like I said, we go in, we apply for these credit cards and we get denied. So now you don't get the funds, you don't get the bag, and then you get a negative mark on your credit profile. So this is why websites like these are good. So we'll click on check now. All right, so now I want you to take time to fill out this form. Your first name, I'm just gonna click my name here. It's my name. Last name. Are we doing this with me? We're going step by step. Filling it out, we good?
And just for clarity, well, this is not going to be a hard inquiry unless we accept this as a credit card, correct? That
is correct. Again, this is a soft inquiry. All we're doing is seeing what they're going to give us.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Oh, by the way, I need you to help me. I just said I'm gonna need your help removing some of these inquiries. I definitely have more than 5 in 2 years. We'll talk about that after class.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, y'all. We're gonna talk about that.
I need to hire you for your services. Thank you.
Yeah, and believe me, that's all coming too. So if you need help, if you want somebody to walk you along the process of fixing your credit, so like we got that too. If you want a business loan, we got that too. We got it all. We're gonna be here for you to help you in all aspects of this process, because we don't want to leave you. We want to be with you every step of the way. So I don't know what you. I mean, I'm just gonna put in this. Let's see, 555. West Palm. I don't know. Cool. City. Tallahassee. Why not? Okay, that's Florida. 2, 3, or 4. My birthday, let's put this 15, 19, 90, like that. Social security number, let's put one here, 50, 548. That's good, yeah. Email address. When you're going and you're putting in these applications to get this business funding, let's not use these personal emails that's looking any kind of way. We need to, if you're going to the business scene, you need to look into getting a professional email, a business email that you're using just for business. We don't want Guns N' Roses 86@gmail.com. We don't want you know what I'm saying, we don't want to do all this, because guess what? These banks are looking at these checkpoints. And we're gonna talk about it too. I got a class for that too, about how to structure your business the right way, because they're looking at all of this. They're looking at the email. So I'm just gonna put one of my emails on here for my repair business. That's that. The next one, your phone number. Put your phone number for now, but eventually we gotta talk about getting a business phone number, because if you want to get this approval, they want to see like an 800 number, 833. I mean, an 800, 866. They want to see these business phone numbers. If you go online right now and you go to wellsfargo.com, you're not going to get an 850 number. You're going to get an 800 number. You're not calling somebody's personal phone. So what I'm saying is, these are just gems that we're going to talk about and deal with as we're applying for these credit cards or these loans, because these are things that are going to help us get the bag. And you want the bag, you want the best bag, you want the biggest bag. These are things that are holding us back. So, matter of fact, let me just kind of look at let me go ahead and put in my business number. Why not? Hit me up. 833-874. That's mine. So, click on small business, put in my business name. That's my name right there. And this annual personal income, that is a stated income. They are not going to check you out. They're not going to pull your income. They're not going to see if you put they don't care if you put $5 or $500,000. Excuse me. Put what you think your projected income is going to be for this year. Some of y'all hustling, you're grinding, you're about to make it 500,000. If you're like Shanon, you're about to make $1 million. So we put in $1 million, you know what I'm saying? Put in $1 million. Your name Shanon, you put in $1 million. Whoever you are, put in your bag, and you're gonna press check for card offers. Check for card offers. You're gonna press that, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna see what that qualifies you for. They're like I said, they got the MasterCard and they have the secure card. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have y'all drop in the chat what y'all got approved for. Oh, let me see. My full business name doesn't fit. That's fine. That's fine. Just go ahead and put in what you can. Leave off the LLC if you have to, or if you're an S corp, whatever you are, leave it off. Just put in what you can. Put in whatever you can, and click check for card offers. And that's going to show you what you are pre-approved for. So I want you to drop in the chat. Drop in the chat what you are pre-approved for. One secure card, yep. Oh, sorry. Pick small business. Pick small business. 3,500. That's a bag. It's a bag. Something went wrong. Talk to me. Do it again. I'm gonna leave this up right here. Fill everything in, state income. No offers, secured. Gotta freeze my report as well. I ain't mad at you. No offers, nothing. Secured. You got work to do. 7,800. Interesting. She catching the bag. All right. Who else? 2,200 and 110,000. Sheesh. 110,000. That's the right amount of zeros. That's what you got approved for in the bag. 2,200 and 110,000. We need to talk to Pam about her credit, man. She said she meant that thing, boy. She meant that thing. Okay. We need to talk to Pam about what she doing. She knows something. MasterCard, 3,500. Nice. What else? Y'all moving slow. I know y'all moving fast. Y'all seeing it. Y'all don't talk about it. Let's talk about it. What you getting? 35. Come on, somebody get in the bag. Come on, let's talk about it. Come on. Saw a couple of 78s in there. 78. I missed that one. That's it. That's what y'all got. Okay. Never made any large purchases in my name. We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that in one of my classes. I tell you, when y'all realize how important credit is, you're gonna stop using your debit card. I promise. You'll stop using it. I missed the steps. Help. Let's do it again. I'm down for it. Let's do it again. I'm gonna go back. Inside this. All right, let's do this. cbna.com. This community bank, and click on business. And then we're going to click on business credit cards. We're going to scroll down. You're going to click on the first option. Learn more to apply now here. Okay. Now we're to the pre-approval screen. It's going to ask, do you want to check and see what you're going to be pre-qualified for? Whatever credit card we're going to give you, do you want to see ahead of time what it might be? I'm going to click check now because I want to see it. And again, it's a soft pull. A soft pull. It's not going to show up on your credit report, credit profile. It's not going to show. Not going to show. So again, put my name in. Let's do it. Make sure I'm not going too fast. Tabitha, we good? Got it. Okay. Just making sure. Let's do that. Our birthday. Dang, that's tough. All right, we got it. Let's go different time. It's a nice one. So business email again. We gotta talk about it. Can't use it personal. Business phone number. We gotta talk about it. Gotta get rid of those numbers. 7. Okay. Now, small business. You're gonna put in your business name. However much you can, just put it in there. Don't matter. Because when it gets time for the application, you'll have more space to put in what you need. And then your stated income. What you think that you're gonna make this year. I'm putting $1 million. Big bags. We're gonna get to the bag. So after you get all that put in there, click check for card offers. And then check out and see what they are going to give you. Can I use virtual address or personal only? Okay, so with this website, yes, you can use your virtual or personal. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. not for this website. Now you go over to like another website and they might ask for a zip code for reasons being that they want to give a bag to a certain area code. But for this instance, once you get to this part of the application, you just put in your address. It doesn't matter. And those virtual addresses, actually another thing we're gonna talk about in one of my classes as well, because it's really good to have those business virtual addresses. But when you have those things, you got to make sure that all your paperwork is lined up the same way. Because even when I was going to structure my LLC, they wanted to see that all those addresses were matching the same. So we're gonna talk about that too. I mean, there's a lot to this bag. They don't just give away free bags every day. I mean, it's a lot of stuff they want to see lined up just right. To request your own credit limit. Gotcha. Oh, request your own credit limit. I got you. Yeah. That's the ones that request your own credit limit. That's a tongue teaser. Say that 5 times, please. Request your own credit limit. Those are some of the ones, again, like I said, they're gonna expect you to put some money up front. Those are some of those secured credit cards. They're gonna expect you to put that money up front. That's an insurance to them. And then they're gonna make that credit available to you. Understanding that if you don't pay them back, guess what? They already have the bag. They already have it. Why? Because they don't trust you, because you don't have any profile to show.
Yeah. And while I want to add to that, I told y'all I was in a position where my personal credit, and still to this day, I'm still working on, I had to, when I was starting to build my business credit, I had to do a secured line of credit. It was actually a secured card. And after about a year, we, went back to the bank and said, hey, we've done well with this card for the past year. And they turned it into an unsecured card. But that took a whole year. Had my personal credit been right, then I would not have had to put money up and tie my money up, because basically I gave them my money just to ask for it, to borrow it back every month. And if I did not pay it back, I'm paying interest on my own money. So those are the penalties that you have if you have, if you're starting out with bad personal credit and you're not able to personal guarantee some of your business finances, either that or you have to have, and I have a couple of these things written down too. So while y'all are filling this out, I'm gonna add a couple of things that I was kind of making notes of, which if I had the information earlier, if I had been in the room earlier, and I would have positioned myself, because we got a lot of P's, and we're gonna go over some of these P's as we conclude for tonight. I'm gonna put position as one of my P's. If I had positioned myself properly, I would not have had to put down so many thousands of dollars up front just to secure a card, just to make a relationship with the bank, and also prove to others. So I had gone through the no PG side of things. So when people tell you you can build credit with no PG, that is absolutely true. But when I tell you how hard it was, how difficult it was, not only, let me tell you, there are no doc loans. There are no doc situations where you can get money from the banks. You can get money from, like I was telling you, from Stripe, from PayPal, from Square, those being called capital loans, right? I was able to do that, but I had to prove that I had so much money coming through my account that it was worth it for them to take the risk in order for them not to pull my personal credit, right? So there are ways, and that's the thing. That's the beautiful thing about being in the room and having the information, is that we can strategize wherever you're at. That's where we're going to meet. We're going to meet you where you're at, but we're going to tell you the best ways that what you can do with what information and what resources you have at this very moment. But then also let you understand, like, hey, it's serious. I'm going to have Walter help me clean up my personal credit, because there are things now I could be open to a $500,000 opportunity had my personal credit been aligned while my business credit is actually building and thriving right now. Right. So although, I'm excited to say, hey, I got an offer for 155, I got an offer, and these are 2 different accounts that I can get at the same time. So I actually, this year, I have opened up almost $400,000 of business credit. I have unlocked $400,000 of business credit. But that's for particular situations like Dell, and of course you have Uline and some of these other ones that we're going to talk about, as we're building out those courses as well. But I could have had 500,000 in like like money that I could use for whatever. I could use it towards a fleet of vehicles for my business. I could use it towards developing my app, towards marketing, which is really important in this business, is putting in a budget towards marketing. All of those things I could have had working for me, but instead I ended up having to go the hard route and really building business credit with no PG, without them checking my personal credit. And it has been hella hard. Okay. But it happens. I'm there. But it was not easy. And you have to have a lot of money flowing through your account for them to really take that risk on you and recognize that you are a business, versus if I would have been able to PG, like some of my fellow cohorts, they were able to PG, they could get a $500,000 loan and they're only making $10,000 a month through their business accounts right now. Hello. They could grow and scale their business a lot faster than me because they had access to the resources way more and way faster and earlier on in the process than I had. But I will tell you this, the way that I worked for it made it hard. So I don't play with it. I don't play with my business credit like I play with my personal credit in order to get where I am. Right. So I have a respect for it. I have a respect for the money, and the money has respect for me now. So Walt, thank you so much. And I want to see if anyone here. Yep. Yes, absolutely. Share this with your sons. Share this. Yes. Yep. And if your son is a videographer and helps people with setting up their podcast, he might be interested in the and that's what we're just getting ready to talk to. Walt, is that okay for us to talk to them about this opportunity now for the mentorship? I'm reading. Sorry, I don't do two things at one time.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. So as Walters is helping you uncover things about business credit, things about what you can do with these funds and how you can obtain these funds. I want to do as I promised, and to walk you through something that I think is a phenomenal opportunity. And I know not everyone will be able to take advantage of this opportunity, but I want to make sure that I at least put it out there. We have a mentorship and it's actually two different mentorships. One is a 30K mentorship. One is a 10K mentorship. And what we're doing right now is there's a 60-day accelerator that I've actually extended to 90-day accelerator. That one's 10K. And then we have one for 30K, which is for the entire year of mentorship. So we're literally sitting here talking about how you can take information and take the right positioning in order to scale your business. So I know we're getting into talking about some serious dollars here. We're getting into talking about some serious investments here, because this isn't expensive when you consider what it can do for you. So I just wanted to put into perspective some things. Before I ever spent $100 on a course, before I ever charged $100 for a course, I spent $100 for a course. Before I ever charged $30 a month for something, I probably paid over $300 a month for something. So before I even charged $10,000 a month for something, I made sure that I could at least say that I paid $10,000 for something in order to charge that. So from my understanding and what I've seen and experienced, it's not how expensive something is. I don't like using the word expensive when I'm talking about my investments. This is literally the investment that I have put in and how it has turned out. So when I say that I put $110K investment in order to see $1 million, I want to ask you, what is that? What is 100K if I could see $1 million? What is 50K if I could see 200,000? What is 10K if I could see 100,000, or if I could see 50,000? It's really all in perspective, and we need to start putting ourselves in the mind frame of the wealthy. It's not how much does it cost, it's what is the value that this has. How is this going to add to my equation? How is this going to add to my experience and take down the timeline? Because that lack of 10K investment, or that 10K investment, can produce or not produce $100,000, but it can produce $100,000 in 10 years, or it can produce $100,000 in 1 year. So it really is, and I'm not putting anyone down for any way that you have to attain the information that you have. I have been an avid investor in YouTube University, but I invested with my time. I have invested $160,000 in education in order to have my PhD. So I'm an avid understander and investor in my betterment. But I have to tell you that the best decision that I could have ever made was obtaining mentorship. And mentorship, not just because I need somebody to tell me, hey, double your prices. I need somebody to tell me, hey, you can make $1 million because I made $1 million. It's literally people who are able to walk me through processes and help me see and understand where I'm falling short, and also help me see and understand where my value is, so I can maximize that value, minimize my pitfalls, and I can optimize the entire process. So that's what a mentorship should do for you. If it's not doing that for you and you have a mentor, then it's probably not the right situation for you, right? So I want to just go over just a few things of what the mentorship is. It's not about the bells and whistles. It's all about the transformation. Can you get a transformation? Can you get results, right? This is what you're looking for. Now, I want to ask you a few questions, and I need y'all to help me out in the chat, right? One question I want you to answer me. Do you feel that you are smart? If you feel you're smart, give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know. If you feel you're smart, give me 1 in the chat. And I better see ones for everybody right here. Like, if you're smart, give me 1. If you're coachable, coachable means that, you know, you have some kids and even some adults that just are not coachable. Like, they're headstrong, head set. They're going to do whatever they're going to do, regardless of who tells them what and how an experienced person may give them the value. If you are coachable, meaning that you can listen, you can run the plays. Can you run the plays? If you're given the plays, can you run them? If you can run the plays, I want you to give me a 2. If you can run plays, if you're the person that can say, you know what, I'm not the best at this. So if somebody who's already done this is telling me what to do, I'm going to do it. And at the very, very least, I get to see something that I've never seen before because I never did this before. If you can do that, give me a 2. Okay. And number 3, can you see yourself being a 6 or 7 figure earner? And we got to be honest with ourselves. Some of us cannot see ourselves there yet. So I want y'all to be honest with me. If you can see yourself as a 6 or 7 figure earner, then I need you to give me a 3 in the chat right now. Yes. So I said big bags, all 3s. Yes. 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 So when we talk about like what are the qualifications for mentorship, really and truly, that is what I'm looking for. So I have a link that I want you all to, for those who are interested, I want you to apply. And right now, I want you to understand that there are 2 mentorships. And y'all get this. I always have my lower ticket. I always have my free. My free is on YouTube all day, every day. Anytime you need to access my content, I have plenty of content on YouTube for free, right? Let's agree with that, right? Then on top of that, we have the content that's the monthly membership. I make sure that I make that affordable. You unlock at least 4 to 8 templates every single month, giving you something to put out every single week at the very least, right? You're unlocking every 7 days, you're unlocking something new to you, right? So that's something that I make truly affordable. So we have affordable options, right? But what I'm looking for, I'm looking to take and really make an elite team. And if you think about somebody who wants to like be the best of the best coach and they want to create an Olympic team, I'm looking to create the Olympic team in this creative space. And by creative space, I don't mean just in Photoshop. We have people who are doing paper crafting. We have Walter, he's actually doing phone repair, and he's going to set up his own academy to teach people how to do phone repair, right? I want to take people's creative space, their blessings, and help them transform it into their own content. So not only are you making money on the physical side with your products, but you're also able to make money on the digital side, thereby at least doubling your income by adding digital products to your physical products. That's my goal. And I want to make sure that I have the people that listen. If I spend time and energy, y'all know how I love, but you also know how I work. And the way that I work is I work best with those who know how to work for themselves, who know how to take the plays, run the plays, execute, and then come back to me and brag to me. And then I'm going to automatically put you on blast. I'm going to automatically help you advertise. I'm going to automatically help you boost your sales and your business simply by being successful and running the plays, doing what I asked you to do and bringing me back the success. I'm automatically going to promote you. And that promotion helps to grow your business and your legacy as well. So I only have 20 spots that I'm going to do for mentorship for this opportunity. And I had to take down my other challenge because there are some things I need to be doing with my development. So I'm not going to do another challenge for another 60 days, y'all. I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my inner circle together. I have new mentees that are going to be coming in on this next week or two from this situation, this challenge. So I want to make sure that I'm devoting the time towards my mentees, because what happens is, y'all see it, even with Coach Chrissy, when I help develop one of the mentees in the inner circle, they end up helping you all to such a great degree, right? Can we all agree that Coach Chrissy is an awesome coach? Like, can we all agree that Coach Chrissy is thebomb.com? Listen, so I want to be able to help foster the growth of more Coach Chrissy's, so that we can have that as a resource. And we have Coach Chrissy's success story as a resource. If I can create more of those success stories, then my impact is greater than the income, right? That's my whole goal. And the income is going to come as long as I'm making the impact. And I hope that is clear. That is my purpose. So when I take on the mentees, and I'm going to share the link in just a second. I just wanted to talk. Y'all know I can't do two things at one time. I'm over here doing like this, and I could be copying and pasting a link. I don't know. You know, I'm weird for a reason. We'll take it for what it is. So, so with that, I just want you all to understand that it's not that I don't want to take in everybody. I don't want to help everybody, but understand I am going to be able to help more people like this, because I can help those who are in the proper space and have the opportunity to invest the time and that energy into themselves right now. And then they'll be able to help all the others in the community. And then what'll happen is, when you get to the point where they've helped you enough to where you feel like you can invest in this type of opportunity, you'll be next, and the next will be next. And then we have this pay it forward situation until everybody in the community is on some scale earning some type of digital income outside of their physical products and growing their physical product business as well. So we're scaling the physical products that you're doing. If you're selling blanks, we're scaling that part of the business. If you want to teach anything, like someone messaged me that their son helps people with podcasts. Come on. If he wants to be in the inner circle, I will help him. In the meantime, he has an audience, and I will help him get in front of this audience and scale what he's doing right now. So then he can become a resource for us. So I want us to understand that this is an opportunity like none other. I have seen no one else doing anything like this in our space. I have seen no one else have the success that we're having in this group, the way that we're having the success, and the way that we're taking the success and we're pouring it back into the group. Like, we're not making people success stories and they going out there and just, willy-nilly wandering the world in the creative space. They're bringing that energy right back here. Coach Q is bringing the cut and sew energy. Erica's Coach E is bringing the bling energy. Coach Corey is invested back. So all of the people who have invested in the inner circle are bringing that information, that knowledge right back to the group so we can be stronger. So I'm telling y'all, this is the opportunity like no other. I have not seen anyone else do this. I believe this is our opportunity to show how well we can work together, how well we can help each other scale, and where mentorship really matters. Like, this is true mentorship, and it really matters. And even if it's something that doesn't make me money, I will steer you in the right direction before I will steer you in the direction that makes me profit. And we've seen that time and time again. This is how we're going to make sure that we're successful, because ego is checked at the door. And what's most important is the success of our community. So I want to make sure that I offer y'all that opportunity. Let me grab this link. I'm going to get quiet for just a second while I copy and paste. Y'all already know. I'm going to get quiet for just a second while I copy and paste. So if anyone would potentially need a payment plan, or I'm actually, before I even copy this, let me go ahead and put that as something that you can add to the bottom of the form. Okay. I'm going to down here. I'm going to add an option here where you can tell me if you may need a payment plan. Okay. Now, the reason why I tell you too is because some of you can obtain financing if your financing supports something like this. For instance, like I said, I was able to obtain financing to get into my programs. Already, I paid off one of my programs early because I already got the money that I wanted to invest for this program. I have a whole year to pay it off. I paid it off early. That's not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but I was so excited that I wanted to have that taken care of so that I can say, you know what, for you helping me get to where I got to so quickly. And I'm talking about in a matter of 30 days, 60 days, right? I'm getting to where I'm supposed to be. I had a whole year to pay off this program. One of them's paid off within 60 days. I just want y'all to know that it's not just possible, but if you're doing the work, you're running the plays, you're putting in the energy. Y'all seen, I even have to take myself off the face of the planet to regroup and do these things and run these plays and get my energy together so that I know I can perform and I can do the things that my coaches are telling me to do. So I want y'all to understand that this is an opportunity. This isn't like anything I'm pressuring anyone to do. I don't want to pressure. I don't want to drag anybody. If you're not the one that like, if you're the one that says like right now is not the best time because I have X, Y, and Z on my plate, I get it. But I'm telling you, don't give me your money right now because I want to give you the energy and I want you to be able to take that energy and execute. If you don't have, I actually had to have somebody like tell me like, you know what, Shannon, right now is not the best time for me. And I had to honor that. I had to respect that because one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do it for you, right? I cannot do it for you. The worst thing that you can do, and some of y'all can attest to this because some of us are people that will over nurture, right? The worst thing that you can do for someone that you actually really love is to do something for them that they can do for themselves. If you understand that to be true, please give me a 1 in the chat. Please give me a 1 in the chat. Please help me understand that you understand what I'm talking about. One of the worst things that you can do for someone that you love, someone you care about, is to do something for them that they can do for themselves. Let me tell you, let me put it to you like this. Ooh, let's be real for just one quick second. If you went on Shark Tank right now, let's draw this because I know we all watch Shark Tank. Secretly, I think that's like one of our favorite shows, right? Because we all can just imagine ourselves, oh, I have an 8.5 valuation for my business. Yeah, you want 5%, you want 0.3%. Give me 100,000. Listen, so I feel all of that, right? But how many of us would think that we would have anything of value if we went to Shark Tank and we had a process or a business model that they could completely, and they've said this before, that they could completely just rip off and mimic without you at all. Like you weren't the special sauce. You didn't hold any value. What you did, that you showed them something that they could pretty much copy and paste themselves. If they were to do it themselves, do you think you would have the value that you would want, the valuation that you would want going into that, the partnership that you would want going into that? No, because they could do it themselves. So if you expect me to do the work for you, if I do that work, baby, it's my work. I'm taking it. I'm making the profit on it. I'm presenting it to the public. It's my work. It's my idea now. So I want you to understand, if you don't want to be that person, you cannot be that person if you really and truly intend on being a full-time entrepreneur. You have to be the one that says, you know what, no matter what, this is the information that's given to me. I know for a fact that it works. I've seen that it's worked. So now let me put it to work. If you're not that person that's going to put it to work and you expect something to be done for you, please, I don't, I don't tell people not to take advantage of stuff or not to do things. I'm telling you, please don't apply to the program, because it will make for bad energy for you, because all it's going to do is be something that you feel like you paid some money for and you didn't get anything out of. Like, I promise you, the success that you're going to have, you are going to create it. My job is to be the catalyst. My job is to be the coach. My job is to see what it is that you're doing and amplify that with the understanding that I have of what I know works. If you expect me to be the person that does your crunches and your lunges and runs your laps, then I'm going to be the star athlete. I'm going to be the Olympian. Right? So I want us to have that mindset and really understand. That's why I haven't put this link up yet, because I want to make sure that we're ready for that. Okay? Because just because you have the money and apply does not mean that you are the right applicant. Let me just be clear about that. So I can tell, I'm telling y'all, I can tell, because it's the energy. And I will say this, the people on the VIP side, I already know that y'all are willing to invest in yourselves. I already know that you have what it takes to put the energy and the emphasis and the time, the resources into building your dream. Not only do I know that you can do this, I know that you already are doing it. You're demonstrating it now. You're here now at 10:30 on a Friday night when you could be twerking somewhere or catching somebody's sleep, right? We are here. We are working on our businesses. This is our tribe. This is our club. This is where we want to be. This is where we're choosing to be right now. I know this because this was me, even at 18 years old. Like, I used to be uncomfortable in the club, but I loved being in a fashion club. I love being in a business club. I love traveling and doing those type of events. It was like the time of my life, right? I'm actually working on rebuilding that type of energy for people like us who might seem like lames, but we really love this stuff. We're going to be twerking on the heat press. There it goes. Listen, okay, so I'm putting my link right now. I just wanted to give that disclaimer before I put the link. I'm not discouraging anybody from doing it. Just make sure that if you want to do this, that you are fully committed and that you're ready to work, because the next 60 days, and I'm giving y'all 90 days because we're going to do 60 days of the intense mentorship. And then for the following 30 days, I'm going to help you build out either your own academy or your website for your business, for your products. Is going to be, you're going to learn all of this while you're here, but I'm going to personally make sure that those things are built out, either your academy or your personal, your products-based website. So whether it's Shopify or whatever platform, even if it's Etsy, okay? That's the goal. Let me tell you what my true goal is. My true goal is your 10K investment. You should be able to, by the end of those 30 days, by those end of those 90 days, so the 60 days plus the additional 30, you should be able to get your 10K investment back. If you don't get your 10K investment back and you attended all the meetings, y'all know I'm big on this money back thing, because the money back just lets you know there is no risk involved. If you attend all of the meetings, you do all of the things that I tell you to do every week, and every week I'm giving you something manageable to do every single week. We meet for 2 hours every single week. You attend those meetings, you do the work that you're supposed to do. If you don't get your 10K back at the end of those 90 days, I will give you your 10K back. That is how confident I am in your ability. Even if you don't believe that right now, I want you to borrow my belief in you. Listen, Andrea says, wow, but I'm dead serious. I just need the people to invest first, because I know that they're serious and they're not going to let that 10K go to waste. They're not even worried about the 10K. They're not going to let an opportunity to be with me for 90 days go to waste. Can we say that's fair? Can we say that that's fair? You invest 10K for 90 days to position yourself to get to 6 figures. And I will say this, my goal is to get your 10K back within that 90 days, absolutely. To help you make that additional 10K or make that 10K within 90 days, absolutely. That's your money back. But my true goal is to get you to where you're earning $50,000 to $100,000 more than what you're doing now off of that one 10K investment. Same thing with the 30K program. 30K program, you're in it for a year. So you can do Right now, you could do 10K for 90 days, but after that, it's 10K for another 60, 10K for another 60. If you want to stay in that accelerator, because accelerator is meant for me to give you as much value and as much intense value as I can in 60 days. It's really not even supposed to be 90 days. You can do 30K for the whole year. If you want to go ahead and pay up front and say, hey, Shannon, I need you by my side for a whole year. I'm going to devote this whole year to making sure that I meet with you on your weekly meetings and I do what you asked me to do. And I'm going to make sure that I perform. Then instead of 10K for 60 days, that's basically $60,000 if you're doing it for the whole year. I'm saying I'll cut that in half. It's a 30K investment. At the end of that year, if you attended all those meetings, you did everything I asked you to do, and you did not get your 30K back, then I will hand it back to you. Even though I know I have invested, even though I know I've spent time, energy, effort, I feel like if you did everything I told you to do and you did not get what I told you, you would at least invest in it back, then I'm slacking. I need to improve and I need to put my money where my mouth is, right? So there you have it. I made this first offer. I feel very relieved and I feel like I understand now why I had this hesitation before to do it. And the hesitation was before I didn't give myself the credit that I could create the transformation. But here's the thing, I've created the transformation over and over and over again. I've helped people get $10,000. I've helped people get $50,000. I've helped people get 6 figures in 6 months. I've helped people along this path. I have proof of concept. And now I got to stop cheapening my services. I have to stop cheapening my time so that I can really, truly isolate and make a big impact with my small group so that small group can make an impact with the bigger group. But I don't know if y'all get it yet. And it's okay if you don't get it yet. It's okay because we're working through this, because I want you all to have a high ticket item at some point in time. I want something that you can charge at least $1,000 for at some point in time. And I hope it's real soon, because everybody that's in my inner circle is going to have a $1,000 product before the end of the 90 days. So I'm going to do this activity. This is the last activity I'm going to do with y'all. We're going to do a little math right now, a little math. Just a little bit. I'm gonna bring out my whiteboard again. Let me find my pen. So let's talk about some numbers here. Let's talk about how numbers work. You know, math is just, it is what it is. The math has the math, right? And when the math ain't math and we feel like something's off, we know something is off, right? So if I say that right now, I want to earn 6 figures. I'm gonna earn 6 figures. That's $100,000. Okay, $100,000. Let's break out this calculator and let's see how can we obtain. We say we want 6 figures. How many of us want to earn 6 figures? Put me in the chat. If you want to earn 6 figures, put me in the chat. Okay. If you're already earning 6 figures and you want another 100,000, put me in the chat. If you're already earning 6 figures and you want another 100,000, won't hurt, put me in the chat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some breakdown right now to understand how we can earn this $100,000. Okay. Now, if I have a $10 product, right? And I'm gonna get y'all on selling digital stuff too, because the people in the inner circle are going to be able to sell digital products in the academy. Listen to me, in the academy, including things based off the templates. So you have your $10 product. How many, and somebody in the chat, let me know, how many products would you have to sell at $10 in order to make 100,000? Somebody tell me in the chat. You want to make $100,000. How many $10 products do you need to sell? All right, 10K, 10,000. So I have to sell 10,000 of these puppies. So if I had a fire PNG that I was selling for $10, I would have to sell 10,000 of them to get $100,000. And I could sell those 10,000 in a year. I could sell those 10,000 in a month. If it's really hot and it's really fire and it's really trendy and everybody wants it, boom, I could instantly become a 6-figure a day earner if I had a hot file that sold 10,000 PNGs in one day, right? So that's one way. $100. And I mean, this, seems to get a little simpler. We just reduce one of the zeros, $100. So I have a $100 product, have a $100 membership, right? In a year, if I want 6 figures, I have a $100 membership. It sells at least 1,000 occurrences, which, if it's monthly, that's broken down. But I have to sell $1,100 products to make 6 figures. Boom, we're already there. We're already there, right? If I have a $1,000 product, how many do I need to sell? Let me erase. Let me not put the other zero there, so y'all can help me figure out how many $1,000 products do I need to sell and wait. How many now? Come on, y'all, catch up. I have to only sell $100,000 products to get my 6 figures. So my goal is to get my mentees to have $1,000 products. Definitely they'll have $10 products. All of them have $10 products right now. Actually, most of them have products that are at least $20 to $50 each, right? Digital products means you make money in your sleep. Digital products means that you don't have to sit there and tweak or edit an image. You don't have to hold down that heat press for 60 seconds. You don't have to do none of that for this money. This is digital money. Okay. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about here. This is money that doesn't have operating costs. Well, the operating cost is you have to have internet, you have to have a website. Very, very, very low operating costs, very, very low expenses. I don't have to buy a bunch of shirts to do this. I don't have to. And we could talk about this on the physical product side too. You have $100 product. You need to sell 1,000 of those physical products, but it's more profitable when it's digital. So here we go. We're gonna go one step up. I want you all to get to where you're able to charge $10,000 for something that you know how to do, blindfolded, you know how to motivate others to do because it makes you happy, it makes you tick. And I want you to understand that somebody is willing to pay you $10,000 to show them how to do something that you already know how to do. How many $10,000 mentees would you need to earn $100,000? Now get this, have you a 30K program? How many people do you need to enroll in your 30K program? How many people would you need to enroll in your year-long mentorship program so you could show them the ropes for a whole year and give them all the energy that you have, all of the information that you have, all the wisdom that you've acquired over all this time to do 100K? Now, are you telling me? Yep. Are you telling me, and we might as well go, just round it up, just say 4, because we're overachieving at that point, because you can't have 3.5 people, 4 people. Let's say 4 people. It requires 4 people. If I can take 4 people and help them hit this, not only in just a year, if I can help them hit this in 90 days, you think I won't be able to get more of these over and over and over and over again? So why don't I focus on developing my highest ticket, right? And then once I develop that highest ticket, that's going to be what really resonates. It's going to resonate because those people are going to be so excited that they're going to tell other people. They're going to help build the program. They're going to help build the community. Y'all are going to see these people. You're going to see Coach Chrissy. Y'all see Coach Chrissy now. Coach Chrissy is so excited that she advertises for Innate Lab and Innate Academy for free just because of the experience that she's had. So don't you believe that you can do the same thing for somebody and doing what you want to do? Like, some of you are phenomenal at things that nobody will ever point out as something worth selling. Some of you are just really great with taxes, right? And you could have a whole academy just helping other people with that, because a lot of people fear that, right? Walter's here helping people with building personal credit, business credit, repairing phones. It almost has nothing to do with particularly designing in Photoshop, but it's definitely a relative industry that we can teach and train how to develop this same model, how to develop this energy that is able to be translated into a high ticket item. And then on top of that, you're learning in the meantime, well, what physical products can I also have this translate into? Let me give you some ideas. This physical product is a PNG. This $100 product is you doing maybe 2 hours of coaching one-on-one. Y'all don't think that here in this program that you could actually coach somebody how to do what you do on one-on-one basis and earn yourself $60 an hour? I guarantee you could. I guarantee you, just like I did when I was showing off for free, and somebody said, well, how much? I see you showing us stuff for free. How much for your time? How much can I pay you to sit from you and learn from you? That's where it's going to start. Then after you have enough one-on-ones with people, you're going to gain your understanding of what is it that people lack? What's their problems? Because maybe I don't remember the problems because I've been doing it so long. You've been doing it so long, you don't understand what's easy anymore, right? You think it's easy, but really it's somebody else's stumbling block. You make it easy for somebody, then you have something that you can charge $1,000 for. Hey, here's $1,000 for my 6-week program, my 6-week boot camp. Boom, you got $1,000 product. Then you take those people who, oh man, I did Pam's 6-week program. Man, that $1,000, I done quadrupled my investment. What? You get some people saying that you help them earn $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, 6 figures. You think you don't have the right to now charge $10,000 for somebody to sit with you and walk through with you for 90 days and not only earn their investment back in that 90 days, but potentially scale that 10x, 10 times? This is how we're going to start building our brains and training ourselves, deprogramming to understand that, hey, what would it take to do this making t-shirts? And I know we can do this making t-shirts. I will give you a prime example. In 3 weeks on Etsy, I did 23.7, I think it's 23.7K in 3 weeks selling some sweaters. It was easy to market. It was hard to do. It took time. It took energy. I could do nothing else not even for those 3 weeks, because I had production time before that, I had production time after that. So really it took me 6 weeks to do the work, but it took me 3 weeks to earn the money, right? That was hard work. I could do nothing else during that time. And I have to hustle. I'm trying to get us out of feeling like we got to hustle and grind. That's not what we want to be doing for life. Hustle and grind is a season. Hustle and grind is what you do to get to where you get things in place, you get things in order, right? We don't want to hustle and grind until we retire. Like that's not the life that we want to live. That's not the legacy that we want to leave either, right? So this was all hustle and grind, right? I wasn't even I would say a year into my academy, I was doing 23K a month. Totally different way to make money. And I was doing 23K consistently a month. And it's with the same products. I could make this money in my sleep. I was not up 6 o'clock in the morning pressing shirts. I was not pissing the people off at the post office by dragging droves of packages up there, and they didn't even want to process them. I had to get the federal government involved in the post office just to audit them and say that they weren't processing my packages as they federally should have. I had to go through all of that. Now, not saying that wasn't good money. And if I had the resources, and now that I do, I have the resources to put people in place to do that work while I worry about marketing, while I worry about scaling my digital business on top of the physical products. But that physical process was eating me alive. And this still was not profit. I still had to pay people to help me press. I still had to pay for packaging. I still had to overpay for shipping when USPS lost my packages. I still had to pay for the supplies. I had to pay for the equipment, right? So what I'm trying to do is get us into a place where we're recognizing and realizing the value of our time so we can buy our time back, have those vacations, have those experiences, have that quality of life that we want without having to hustle and grind every moment that we're awake. Hell, some of us are hustling and grinding in our sleep. And I know this because I do this from time to time too. I just got to where I'm learning how to rest. I'm learning how to step away. I'm learning how to take time to myself because I have to recharge and regenerate in order to work in my genius mode, right? I'm learning this. It ain't easy, and it's not going to be easy. But that's the part. I can show you how Photoshop can be easy. I can show you how making some shirts and making some trendy items can be easy. That part is easy. The hard part is restructuring our minds and restructuring our habits and the things that we do so that we can really grow and scale a 6- and 7-figure business. That's the hard part. But if you're willing to put in the work, then I'm willing to help you shortcut the hard part, as long as you're willing to do the work. Because here's the thing, your success is my success. So if I create those 6-figure stories, or I help to create those 6-figure stories, then I'm winning just because you're winning. I don't win from the 10K that you give me. I win when you tell me that 10K turned into 100K. Okay. So I just want y'all to know that this is a small part. This challenge is a small part of elevating your mindset. That was the whole part of this process. It wasn't necessarily to make a Photoshop image, which I know that a lot of us, I want y'all to congratulate yourselves because you did that. You did that. My goal was to make sure that you know that that's easy. That part is easy. I want to stretch you on the other stuff. I want to stretch you to the point where you feel a little discomfort. You feel a little uneasy. You understand that it's not so easy to be in this position that you want to be in and know where you are right now, and the translation and the transition and the transformation that has to happen in order for you to get to where you say that you want to be. You said what you wanted, now prove it. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that you have to do the mentorship to prove it. I'm saying do the work to prove it. The mentorship is exactly to provide some context to the content. I gave you all the content. Let me tell you this, I've pretty much given y'all now everything that we're going to do. And if you believe that that's all you need to get going and get started, that means you're a 100% self-starting individual. You will do it. It's just a matter of the time that it may take. Okay, so I have full faith that everyone here that invested here is going to do it. You are going to be 6- and 7-figure earners, whether I have anything to do with it, because you already committed to that. You already said that you wanted it. You already committed to the work and working on yourselves to get there. You're going to do it with or without me. So for those of you who want to go along this path and have me as your coach, have me rooting you on, have me even telling you what in my nice little way that you ain't doing that right, baby. Let's switch it up. Let's get it together. Then I got you. Either way it goes, you're going to do it. It will get done. This will be. We're not going to wish that we're 6- and 7-figure earners. It will happen. You will make it happen. And it's already written. You've already claimed it. You typed it down. I want you to write it down too. It's there. We know how to do it. Tell me how you're going to make in the chat right now. Tell me how you're going to make your 6 figures. What do you feel? We can make 6 figures all of these ways. I'm making different 6 figures all of these ways. I have $10 products for sale. PNGs were $10 to $20 products for sale. PNGs, templates. I have $100 for items for sale. I have $100 membership, right? I have $1,000 mastermind that you can come to. That's $1,000. Now I have my $10,000 and my $30,000. I'm making money all of these ways. So tell me, how are you going to make your $100,000 this year? Is it going to be a $10, $100? Tell me all the ways. What dollar amount are you going to price your products at or your services at to where you're going to hit your $100,000? Write it down too. Don't just type it in the chat, but I want you to put it on paper too. What's your price point? You said digital items, custom all over, subscription digitals. What is your price point and how many are you going to sell? What is your price point? How many are you going to sell? Write it down. Make that your 6-figure goal. If you're going to sell $10 t-shirts, you need to sell 10,000 of them. If you're going to sell $20 t-shirts, you need to sell 5,000 of them. Oh, that's real messy, but y'all know what I meant. $20 t-shirts, you need to sell 5K of those. If you're going to sell $30 t-shirts, then you break that down. Tell me what you're going to sell, and then tell me how many of you you're going to sell this year, period. That's simple math, and commit to it. Simple math, commit to it. If it's multiple things, I just want you to tell me one thing right now. It could be multiple things. Like I said, I have PNGs at one level. I have memberships at another level. I have $1,000 product. I have a $10,000 product. I'm going to do at least 100,000 on all of these levels. Boom. That's what's going to make me the millionaire. That's what's going to make you the millionaire. When you figure out that you can do all of these levels, come on. Come on, take this ride with me, because I'm not saying this exclusive of you. I'm saying I'm doing this with you. And I hope that you're doing it faster than me, because you didn't have to be in debt $60,000. You didn't have to lose everything and have a foreclosure and all of this stuff happen at the same time. You didn't have to do all of this to learn and to truncate, shorten this process. All right, Christina says, okay, we're going to do 25. Okay, how many of those $25 products are you going to sell, Christina? How many $25 shirts are you going to sell to get to your 6 figures this year? Okay, hourly consultations, $50 an hour. How many of those consultations are you going to sell to get to 6 figures a year? And some of y'all will figure out, okay, I'm going to do $25 shirts. Dang, $25 shirts. All right, so I'm going to do 100,000 divided by 25. Boom, that's 4,000 shirts. But I'm also going to do coaching for $50 an hour, right? Dang, how many hours do I have to coach to make 6 figures? Okay, 100,000 divided by $50. I can coach 2,000 hours. I can coach 2,000 hours, and I can make 4,000 shirts. Now, what am I making for the year? 200,000. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to do this math, because I need y'all to make sure that it's real to you. So many of us can say we want 6 figures. Where are those 6 figures coming from? They're not pies in the sky. You can actually create. Like this is the thing that God gives us. God gives man, God gives human beings the ability to create. We are creators. So we have the ability to create this 6 figures. And it feels like it's out of thin air, but it's not. It's from the talents and the gifts that God gives directly to us that we can transform like magic, like alchemy, into something that physically exists, into cash, into credit, into a house, into a car, into a non-for-profit program that we've always wanted. Tell me what you're going to do with these gifts and talents to create these 6 figures. And once you can write it down, I promise you, it will feel real. It won't be pie in the sky anymore. You will understand, in order for me to earn 6 figures this year, I must sell $4,025 t-shirts. Write it down. Take a picture. I actually do give a what, okay? I do. But I need y'all to make sure that it's solid, that it means something to you, and that you have it down. Yes. Yes. Okay, listen. I think I done talked y'all's head. I went a whole hour, a whole hour past time tonight. And I hope that it was worth it. I hope the value was immense. I hope the growth within yourself is what is going to take you to your next level. I hope I had a little bit to do with that, but I know that you had everything to do with that. Your commitment, your understanding, your passion, your purpose is going to lead to your profit. I am simply a being on the path to help you uncover and utilize the best of your abilities. So if I can help you do that, and you are confident that I can help you do that, then please apply for the mentorship. If there's a payment plan that you want to work out, you negotiate with me. This is Shark Tank. I'm invested in you. I am invested in you. You're paying the 10K. I'm invested in you. And my goal is to get you the 10K back in 90 days so I don't have to give you your money back. I'm trying to, you invest 30K. I'm trying to go ahead and get you that 30K back before a year so I don't have to give you your money back. So I am investing in you. I am an investor. But the thing is, I'm only going to invest in the scenarios where I know it is a solid deal. It's just like Shark Tank. Okay, if we could go into all of our deals really feeling like that and thinking like that, then we have something for ourselves. and you watch people go into Shark Tank. People going into Shark Tank really believe that they are the deal. They are the prize, and you are. I'm helping you along that path so that I can better say what I can do for humanity, what service I can provide. I have proof of concept. I could be proud. My dad could be proud, right? So I wanted to let you all know that this has been a phenomenal week. This always takes a lot of energy, but it also produces a lot of energy. And I hope that the experiences that we have come together and helped to develop during this week, they carry on to the next week and the week after that and the week after that. And y'all stay working on yourselves, stay investing in yourselves, stay committing to yourself. And this success that y'all had this week will not end. It will keep going on. All right. You are absolutely welcome. All of you are welcome. You're welcome, Kendra. You're welcome, LaTanya. You're welcome, LaPortia. You're welcome, Latrice. You're welcome, Tamika. You are a welcome. You're most welcome. You are deserving. You're welcome, Mrs. Jones. You're welcome, Christina. You're welcome, Melissa. You're welcome, Ashley. Good night, my loves. I appreciate you all. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye. I'm going to message everybody in the group. I will message you all that we will be doing 4:00 tomorrow, but I'll message you. It'll be the same link. I'm going to make sure the link still works for tomorrow. And you'll have the file that you need to download for the Automizer. And we're going to have some fun tomorrow. Y'all see me doing my dance? Yeah, I can dance when I'm sitting down. I can't dance standing up. If I have to move my hands and my feet at the same time, boom, coordination doesn't lock in. Anyways, I love y'all. Good night.